Welcome to another episode of Midweek Point and Click. We are on day four. Hang on, backwards. There we go. Day 4 of Gabriel Knight, Sins of a Dirtbag. How you guys doing? Luna Droid's in the chat. Hello, welcome in. Good to see you. Steve, how you doing?
Hey everyone, not doing too bad.
That's good. We're on our Christmas break now. Got a couple of days off so we can truly relax and have a good time. Be merry, eat lots of food, drink lots of drink, all that jazz.
But fortunately for me, so yesterday I had to go into work and I found out my jeans barely fit anymore. So as of this morning, I'm on a calorie counting diet.
Excellent.
So I have a coffee, but I have no Coke for this stream, which I would usually have both lined up.
Perfect. Well, if you need any advice, I've been on a calorie counting diet since March 22. Got lots of different good foods for you if you want something that's good for you and all that.
Yeah, I've done it ages ago and it was pretty successful.
Yeah, as long as you stick to it, you have your discipline, you're good to go, for sure. Excellent. Well, I guess it's my turn for the recap. So, on the previous episode, Gabriel continued to be a dirtbag. He basically flirted with every woman he could. All the women, though, well, for the most part, didn't take his advances, apart from one that we'll get to in a second. But along the way, we had to try and trick an old woman to go into our home. How do we get into an old woman's home? Well, we dress up as a priest. So where do we do that? We steal a black shirt. We steal a priest's collar by going into the confessional booth. Along the way, we actually gave someone some confessional booth advice.
Because there was a girl confessing. Was it a sexual act? But whatever it was, he's like, "Tell me more."
Yeah.
And that's when she's twigged that he's not a priest.
Exactly. Yeah.
Priest doesn't usually ask for the nasty details.
For sure. It just goes to show his character is flawed, if you will. So yeah, we burst into the old lady's home. We took an imprint of some sort of bracelet that will become important soon. We're not too sure. What else? We saw a ballet dancer in the park. She was doing her jigs in the grass and all that, which was pretty good. Haven't done anything with her yet. We went to the police station. Didn't really do much there last episode. Just trying to think. There was I don't think there was much. Like, I think we got a little bit stuck towards the end, I think. And the reason being is there was a weird series of phone calls that we had to make after we learnt new information. But the finale of the day ended up being that the lady... So Gabriel confessed his love to this lady that he's only ever met once, seen twice, met once. And she seems to reciprocate that for some reason. Not sure why. He's an absolute piece of shit. So she ended up going over to the bookstore and there was a bit of Rudy Tooty action. And we've just woken up for the next day, which is...
Makes me think there's something insidious. Just because, like, I can see this story not having a point to their romance, but if that was the case, the romance would be at the end of the story, but the fact that it's the middle... I think, like, I'm thinking of like film noir,
like a femme fatale or something.
Yeah, except film noir usually has, like, the main character usually senses that there's a certain amount of danger, but they're still lured anyway. There's a certain amount of knowledge, but I think in this case he's just a himbo that hasn't recognized anything. But I'm wondering if there is like a devious, like there is a. I think she is going to pull out.
Hello.
Baltimore.
Holy crap, Hats! Thank
Looks
you
like
so
someone
much.
subscribed.
Welcome in.
I'm gonna give him a face waterfall.
Appreciate
of
the
blood.
subscription, and enjoy your face waterfall of blood from the Ghostface Killer himself. I think Gabriel Knight, he thinks with his penis, so there's probably not a lot of brain thinking there. So he's going to fall into the trap of the femme fatale for sure, if that is the case.
Sort of surprises me he's a novelist, because like he gets this lady to do all his research. I don't know if he's...
What if she's a ghostwriter? Like, she is his ghostwriter. He doesn't know how to write at all, but she's...
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
It's like that. It's actually a movie that my dad saw recently. He said it was crap, but not out of my advice, but it's one I remember fondly. But there's a Sherlock Holmes and movie with Michael Caine and Ben Kingsley.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen it, but the premise is that Dr. Watson is the actual genius, and
okay.
Sherlock Holmes is actually just the face man.
I could see it.
Yeah, because he's the doctor, especially. And then so he's like, because the police wouldn't treat a doctor seriously, it's got to be the genius, erratic Sherlock Holmes, and so they sort of rely on each other.
Mm-hmm.
So at one point of the story, of course, they come to blows and they separate and try to go solo, and Sherlock Holmes is then unable to do the crime stuff, and Ben Kingsley's never allowed where he needs to be. But yeah.
You know, there's something about Ben Kingsley that I don't really like too much. I feel that he's had his day in the sun, so to speak. He's doing really like E-grade films these days. Like he'll just basically do anything for a paycheck. And I think that's tarnished his reputation. In my eyes, at least. Anyway, you see this dude here? We saw that guy last time. There's just a creeper in the window. So maybe let's have a look.
Nicolas Cage pulled himself out of that, so maybe Ben Kingsley can as well. I don't know much of his stuff. I've just sort of I just sort of generally liked him in whatever I've seen him in, but I haven't seen anything that's fantastic. Yeah,
Gabriel watches
I think it's
the
just
man
sort of decent.
watching the shop.
Get the hell out of here.
The
Get the
figure
hell outta here.
outside does not respond.
Okay. Well, the first thing we need to do is drink coffee. Because that's the way we do things around here. Coffee is the way. I've got my, where is it? There we go. My large flat white oat milk.
Good coffee.
All right, let's talk to Grace. Hello, Grace.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
All right, we've got some messages. That's good. So let's first start with the Voodoo Hoonfor.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
Oh, close enough.
In New Orleans?
I think so.
No, I don't, but it
She knows of the
sounds
hound dog,
dangerous.
but-
You're not going to try to find this voodoo group yourself, are you?
Would I do that?
I was going to say with the recap, I'm wondering, the other thing I've wondered, because he hasn't done much progressing of the crime, other than just ask about voodoo stuff, but
Yep.
but then he's also been trying to get in that girl's pants. So I'm wondering, I sort of doubt it, but I was thinking to myself, it would be good if now that he's got that notch on his belt, whether he'll start actually concentrating on the freaking crime now.
Yeah, I think you're wishful dreaming there, but we'll see. Loons loves a good hot coffee. Favorite hot beverage? Yeah, mine too. I think a lot of people say that they're addicted to caffeine or anything like that. I don't think it's the caffeine in coffee that I love. It's the routine of a hot drink in the morning. Because I could replace it with tea or something like that, I would say, but I don't know. It's good. All right, let's check the messages.
Do you have messages for me?
Your grandmother called.
Oh, here we go.
She said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So either it's out of order in the remake, or I don't know. The walkthrough was wrong.
I think they might have.
Do you
I
have
think they
messages
changed,
for me?
just moved some
That man
stuff
from
for the
Germany
remake.
called again. Wolfgang Ritter. Now he's claiming to be a relative of yours.
Right.
Interesting.
Okay.
Can I get that phone number for Wolfgang Ritter?
Sure, I'll give it to you when we're done talking.
We are done talking.
Have you ever? I was just going to say, have you ever had that in normal conversation?
No.
Like you're speaking to someone at work, and it's like, can I have that report? And they're like, yeah, I'll give it to you when we're done talking.
No, and I wouldn't like that kind of conversation. It sort of locks you into something that I don't know.
I think it's a video game thing.
Here's that
but
phone number.
Thanks.
All right.
I don't know,
now-
they could just do the dialogue. Oh yeah, here you go, and it means they don't show her physically passing it, but They could still easily do that in the dialogue tree.
Let's check our horoscope. What is on today? Probably a death in the family or
Because, yeah,
something.
the horoscope yesterday didn't happen.
Time stated June 21st, 1993.
Treaty.
Gabriel's eye is immediately drawn to an article about the voodoo murders. He scans it quickly.
Solve done. Game over.
Believe this. They've closed the case.
What case?
The voodoo murders case.
Wow.
The paper says that the police have learned that the murders were a result of an underworld cartel war, and that the war is over.
That's not good?
It's ridiculous. And what about the killers? And the voodoo angle, they never got anything on that.
I know you were into it, Gabriel, but if it's over, that's hardly a negative.
Now I can't write my book.
Anyway, if you're that upset,
I'm
why
not
don't
with
you
the
talk it over
author.
with your pal Mosley?
You don't get it, Grace. Just forget it, okay?
Gabriel
person
decides
dictates
to
the
check
ghost
his
writer.
horoscope. Despite his disgust, death walks close to you today.
Oh, there is a death.
Resist temptation lest his eye fall on you, too.
Peachy.
Gabriel also spots
We're not
an
gonna
ad
see
for
Grandma.
Sam Springleton, a jeweler. Sam hangs out at the Napoleon House.
Ooh, okay. Sam's a jeweler, and we got a bracelet yesterday, or an imprint. That's good. Some good leads so far. I might quickly go into the bedroom and call old mate Wolfgang. Okay. Let's have a look if we... I think it's magnifying glass.
The number written on the note is
Hopefully we don't have to remember this.
4909 324 3333.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international?
Hey, Loons, I've got a question for you. You're in North America, but you're not in America. So I want to know if there's a difference. When you see numbers like this, where the end is 3333, if you're relaying it to somebody, do you say 3333 to somebody? Or do you go 3333?
Or the
Was
other
it-
way is to say 3333.
Yeah, 3333 or quadruple three. Different variants. I'm curious. Because we would say like 3333, pretty much, for the most part, I would say. All right, come on, Wolfgang. I think Wolfgang's in the second game or the third,
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get
whatever the
international?
FMV one was. Three, two, four. Tree, 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 tree. Okay.
I'm not calling Germany. That Wolfgang Ritter guy says he's a relative, but I've never heard of him.
What's the why the fuck?
Why would you get this
You
far?
said that earlier.
Maybe if it was someone else's dime, like we go to someone else, like the police phone, maybe.
Or maybe because he's a bit of a himbo, it's only when he's dialing that he's gone, wait a minute.
Yeah. All right, is this man going to accost us? See you later, Grace.
I'll be back later.
Have fun.
Hang on, so that man meant nothing? We've got Napoleon, so that's good.
Yeah, maybe go back.
Yeah.
Because you can go out on the
Ooh.
street, can't you?
Here we go. Hang on. There's two of them.
kids.
Bruno. How nice.
Gee,
And
a
that's a
customer.
separate
Of
person.
yours? Hardly.
How's the flower business?
Well, better than the used book business, I see.
Rare books.
That explains why I so rarely see anyone
Heyo.
in here. Are you going to sell me that wonderful painting of yours today?
Ooh. Okay.
How much would you give me for it?
Oh, you're serious? You'll let me have it?
Gabriel, don't you dare sell your father's painting.
Yeah, I'll let you have it all right. How much for the painting?
Well, I could give you 100. That's all I can let go at the moment, you know. My affairs are so tied up.
Gabriel, $100 for your father's painting?
Stay out of this, Grace. Fine.
Oh,
It's
you're selling
yours.
it.
Gabriel?
Here's the 100.
Because I'm thinking with that money I can buy the dinosaur
Yeah,
mask.
there's some things. Seems to be pointing to the fact that we shouldn't sell it.
You
Well-
better take good care of this, Bruno. This is not just another of your hip art pieces, you know.
Really? Well, I fully intend to make the most of its display. Though not for your sake, I'm sure. At least in my shop, there'll be a chance of someone actually seeing it.
Oh, sick burn again.
I can't believe I actually got it. Just wait until I show Sid.
Okay.
Do you think that would ever
I don't
happen
believe you.
It's
for the
just a
love of
thing,
art anyway,
Grace.
or would it be a
There
power
are
thing
things I have to do.
buy
What do you mean?
someone something that's important to someone? Like, do you reckon
Oh.
you would ever step into a place like this, see a picture on the wall, and go, "I've got to buy that"?
Nah, I don't think so.
Get
There
the
might be
hell
people that
out
are
of
more
here.
artistically
The
inclined, but if they
figure
do, there's got to be
outside does
history
not
behind it. Like,
respond.
I just can't see a picture, like, being that important.
Oh,
Unless it's already on sale and it's just, this looks nice, I'll have it in my place, but to actually get it off someone.
Yeah, I don't know. Verdantry, welcome in.
There's some soldering.
Ugh. Man, he takes so long. Like, why do you need a jacket in New Orleans, Nolans, at this time?
I'll be back later.
Have fun.
Gonna just leave this dude staring at Grace. Sure, nothing will happen.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the Dixie drugstore. Let's see if we can get that
Is it?
alligator mask.
Because it's shown the street outside his place, hasn't it?
Yeah, only during the day changes.
Ah, okay.
How do I pronounce the word maroon? Maroon or maroon? Either or.
Maroon, I'd say.
All right, Willie. Can I buy you Little Willie?
To get the mask, Gabriel would have to buy it.
Little Willie.
Can I ask you just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
Okay, Willie Jr.
Would you take 50 for Willie Jr.?
Don't insult me, monsieur. The price
we were
is
gonna get 20.
$120.
What? You said you'd sell it for 100 before.
You misheard, monsieur. The price was always 120.
When I was just joined, the price was 100 until we first tried to haggle. And when it's 120, it stayed there.
Maybe if we show him the money, it's like if you buy something off Facebook Marketplace, you say, "Look, if I come and get it right now, I'll give it to me for $20 less."
I
Let's
was
see.
about to think you meant like, hey, you take a photograph of the money you're going to pay them, and then suddenly they'll cave.
No.
Would you take 50 for Willie Jr.?
Don't insult
Oh,
me,
what? So
monsieur.
it's just the same thing.
The
Maroon.
price is $120.
What?
No,
You
Oh,
said
I
you'd sell
didn't
it
want
for
to say
100
maroon.
before.
You misheard, monsieur. The price was always 120.
Oh, where are we going to get the extra $20 from? Ah, you're a hard man, Willie. Excuse the pun. Okay. Let's go speak to... Go to the Napoleon house. We haven't been there yet. Oh. Listen to this music.
Italian music. Or stereotypical Italian music.
Unhappy man? Time for a bloody heart off. Oh, let me move the day down so it doesn't cover over the trigger fires. There we go. Alright, unhappy man.
Can I ask you some questions?
I'm here to relax, friend.
Buzz off.
Buzz off.
Fair
Right.
enough.
Sorry.
We should probably take the money out of our inventory just because we don't want to accidentally spend it. Tweezers will work. We don't want to drink this stale beer. Hang on. Isn't that drummer the dude that was waiting outside our house? Is he just following us around drumming now?
I think that's just because the other guy wasn't moving, so I think that's just both of them are silhouettes, but not the same person.
Yeah, there is. Steve found it 2 streams ago, which has been great. Got Britney Spears over here. Let's talk to Marcus. Hello.
Sorry to bother you, but could I ask you a few questions?
I'm not the chatty type, am I, Sam?
No, you old bastard, you're not.
Yeah.
Besides, I'm busy sucking poor old Sam dry.
Jesus, that
Go
escalated.
bug someone else.
You're a real
I want to know about
sweetheart,
your
Marcus, you bastard.
post chess game routine.
What happens on the chessboard stays on the chessboard, I say. Alright, what about you? I hope you're not sucking someone dry.
Can I ask you some questions?
No.
Tissue.
Now, do you mind?
Cool. I am liking the people getting angry and not talking to me because it cuts off. It means it's more linear.
What if I had like
Can I
a
ask
sexual
you
act
some
associated with every chess
Sure.
piece?
You want to know
And
my
at the end of the game,
side?
whatever pieces
On
it
second thought, I
captured
don't think you could
determines
handle
what you
it,
do.
but forget it.
What do you mean?
Well, it's like yeah, I don't know. Just being filth bag.
Being a
Hey,
filth bag.
how's it going?
Could you excuse us? We're talking here.
What do you mean?
All right. Let's see. What do we got? We got the bust. We got the stools. Yeah, fair enough. Let's look at the bust.
Able was I ere I saw Elba.
Okay. What about you? You got a ripper mustache. It's like Nick
Can I
Offerman.
ask you a few questions?
Sure, I'm not too busy at the moment.
Okay. That's a lot of text. Let's start with... Let's go from the top.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Don't believe in it myself. I invented a drink once called Laveau's Tomb, but it wasn't very popular. Some people do believe, though. Even some of our regulars here at Napoleon House.
That's right, Laveau's tomb. We have all the text, the cipher that we need to work out too.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
It's all over the papers. Some kind of serial killings.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
They say a lot of voodoo stuff is found near the bodies.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Everybody's talking about them. It's starting to scare off the tourists.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
New Orleans.
Greatest city in the world. I never want to live anywhere else.
How do you know then?
Yeah.
Culinary, how you doing? Welcome in.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
This city must get about 1 million tourists a year, especially around Mardi Gras.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
A lot of people come here because they think it's mysterious. All that talk about voodoo.
They did remake the game. Yep. What, okay. How many of you guys know French? Any sort of French? I'm curious, what does the word... I know what a Mardi Gras is, but what does the word Mardi Gras mean in French?
Je ne parle français, désolé.
Je suis fromage, poisson.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
You should probably find a book on the subject, you know?
We probably should find a book. Omelette du fromage? Yes. Absolutely.
So, I remember once when I was in Japan, I went to a fancy cocktail bar and this guy started talking to me, but he didn't. I think he knew English at one point, but he'd kind of lost it. But he had a lawyer that spoke English and mostly talked through the lawyer. But when he's trying to figure out other ways to communicate, because French, I guess, he goes to France a lot, ended up being a fashion designer. So I guess French is the one he kept alive. So he asked if I knew French, and I did the Je ne parle français désolé, and when I initially started speaking, there was a flash of excitement until he realized what I was actually saying, and he goes, "Ah."
Beansy, I don't know what that actually means, Steve. I've heard people say it before, but...
I don't speak French.
Oh, okay.
So, je ne is the I don't parler français.
I do like that it means beads for titties. From now on, that's what I'll remember Mardi Gras as. Beads for titties.
Do you know anything about snakes?
What about them?
No, just anything.
You ask the weirdest questions. I don't know anything about snakes.
You know who does know about snakes? Sam, because apparently he's sucking this guy dry. Anyway.
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
Yeah, we get the English word parler
patron
from
saint of voodoo in Narland.
the French word for
Don't know
speak.
too much about her, but the tourists sure get off on all that stuff.
Filthbag Bolt, yeah, maybe a little bit, but to be fair, they set me up.
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
There's a voodoo museum in town. They'd know more about it than I do.
Oh, I've been there. Oh, animal masks.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Come Mardi Gras, you see all kinds of masks in here.
Black voodoo.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
Black voodoo? No, I prefer not to think about that kind of stuff, personally. Crime, perversion, weirdos. Just makes me depressed.
That's a Shenmue reference, isn't it, Keith? From memory?
Does the name Ogun Bada
Oh, yeah.
mean anything to you?
Never heard of it.
Ugun Bada Bing?
Bada agree, bada boom.
Yeah.
I looked up the definition of Mardi Gras. Do you want to know it? Or,
Yes, give us the
because I
translation.
didn't. Okay, translation is Fat Tuesday,
Fat Tuesday. Oh,
Um,
someone said that. Yeah.
because it comes from the practice of eating rich fatty foods in the night before Lent.
Okay. Not sure how it has anything to do with what it's celebrated for, but...
Yeah, I'm assuming it's like it's evolved into. Also, that's probably the French. Like it's probably then evolved into something bigger as it's moved to America and elsewhere.
Do you hear that, Steve?
I can't hear anything. Oh, Jesus.
Boy, it's Dr. Pepper time.
All right, Kratos.
I see something I don't like. Yeah, but the beads for titties probably like evolved from just generally having a big celebration.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
Never heard of it.
Okay. Have you ever heard of Voodoo Houndfall?
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
Yes, got it right.
Are you kidding? Around here? Hope they aren't serving drinks.
Well, if they are, I don't think anyone in his right mind would want one.
Life's work is to get titties for beads? Fair enough. Yep.
We have to hop onto the right Mardi Gras festival.
Does the phrase Caprice encore mean anything to you?
Hornless Goat.
Never heard of it.
Tell me about yourself, Nick Offerman.
Tell me about yourself.
A good bartender listens to other people's life stories without telling his own.
Okay.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
See those old guys at the chess table? That's Sam and Marcus. They've played there every day for 20 years.
That's a lot of sucking someone dry.
Parasitic
he's lost
relationship.
Every one of those games. It's not that he's a bad player. I've seen him beat guys twice as good as Marcus. But Marcus has Sam so psyched out, he loses his nerve every time.
Okay.
By the way, Sam, the chess player, he's into that voodoo
Ooh.
stuff. He's always talking about spells and gree-gree and such.
Really? Thanks.
Excellent.
Right, so Sam's the one that's getting beaten?
Sam is the purple dude.
Okay, so
Professor
someone-
Plum.
Yeah.
So what has Sam told you about voodoo?
Well, about 50 years ago, Sam was too shy to talk to this pretty girl he was in love with. He went to a voodoo-ien and had her make him a love charm. It was a little pouch that he had to bury under the girl's front porch.
Not creepy at all.
Well, he buried the pouch, and the next day he went up and talked to the girl. And sure enough, she didn't reject him.
It's a placebo!
Now she's his wife, poor guy.
I'd say wife's a horrible joke. Yeah, like, I wonder if it's that or she's so creeped out by the fact that someone obviously tampered with the area around that she's like, I need a guy to protect me.
Hi, how's it going?
It's been worse.
Business picking up?
Some.
So
Mostly
how's that
locals.
get chosen? Like, is it, I'm assuming there's like a Mardi Gras committee that appoints the king queen?
You ever get tired of tending bar for a living?
Never thought much about doing anything else.
That's a little bow tie. Like, his mustache is bigger
yeah.
than his bow tie.
Yeah, because it's supposed to, like,
out there
it doesn't
today.
even, almost doesn't cover
I
his
wouldn't
collar.
know. I never get out of here before dark.
Put it through the wash too many times.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
looks like a
tumble
lively
dryer.
crowd.
Lively crowds are trouble. These guys just sit and drink. That makes me happy.
Tell me about the street musicians around here.
I like music as much as the next guy, but they get pretty monotonous sometimes.
Oh,
you
that would
know?
drive me insane.
Like that drummer right outside. They say there's been a drummer outside Napoleon House since the day it opened. Now, I like drums, but this character really gets on my nerves. It sounds like the same thing over and over. I just want to say enough already.
Oh, so drumming.
He keeps down,
Just say
like,
drumming.
he's drumming down with the sickness constantly. That drum beat at the start.
Tell me about the street musicians around here.
Don't know what else I could say.
Okay. Sam. Is this dialogue tree going to be huge?
Excuse me, I hate to interrupt your game, but could I ask you a few questions?
What game? This ain't a game, it's a slaughter.
He's right, you know. So let me die in peace, would you?
Oh, what?
What if we did use voodoo to freak the purple guy out so he loses?
What do you guys do when you're not playing chess?
I used to be a jeweler. Marcus here was a butcher. Come to think of it, he still is. Now we just sit here and play chess all day. Actually, Marcus plays. I just sit here and let him win.
I would love that, Hinton. Just to see that little bow tie just get shorter and shorter until it's the size of a Tic Tac. Alright.
You come here a lot, don't you?
Every ever-loving day of my life for 20 years.
Okay.
You come here a lot, don't you?
Every ever-loving day of my life
All
for
right.
20...
He just sounded like he had like a Jewish accent then, but didn't before. How about if we show you the bracelet mold, since you are a jeweler after all?
Could you do anything with this?
What is this, a clay mold? Interesting. I am a jeweler, you know, but I'm retired. I'm going to sit here in this freaking chair until I beat this bastard.
That's why we need to have him beaten.
You plan to be buried in that chair then.
Okay. That sure put a spanner in the works.
So, having a good game?
Shh, I'm concentrating.
Fine, all right.
Alright, let's see. He did like voodoo, so what about our Veve? Yeah. What am I doing? Get out of here. Take a look at
Does
this.
this mean anything to you?
Not really.
Oh.
Does this mean anything to you?
Not really.
What else could there be? It's $100 dues. Okay, we'll leave you for now. Let's take a look outside. Can we go to Jackson Overlook yet? Oh, we can. That was locked off before. Anything here? Jackson Square, fence, binoculars. Pontalba? What is a Pontalba?
The Pontalba buildings are historical landmarks, built in 1849 and 1850 as residential apartments.
Okay. Let's use this.
Those binoculars aren't going anywhere without a jackhammer.
I don't want to steal it. I want to use it. Ooh. Okay. So they look at the park. Maybe we can look at the voodoo lady. Not the voodoo lady. What is it? The belly dancing lady? We use the other one. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Madame Lorelei, the fortune teller, is garbed in a belly dancer's outfit and wears a boa around her neck. A real boa.
Oh, these guys playing when the Saints go over there. That's going to be annoying when we go back down. All right. Use some more. Oh, what's this? A little ball.
That's Crash.
Oh.
What the hell is he up to with that drummer?
Who's Crash? Do you remember him?
Rings a bell, because it reminded me, because I know there's a character that popped up that
Crash
reminded
and
me
the
of Crash
drummer.
Overdrive from
Interesting.
Hackers.
Okay. Well, we got a little point for that, so that's nice.
I don't remember where it was from.
Can we go to Moonbeam yet?
A sign on the front door of Magenta's home reads, "Attuning with the spirit realm," back on June 22nd.
Oh, you know where we didn't go? We didn't go to Mama's house yet. So Tongs, you may have missed it, but I remember last time you requested us going to the grandma's place. It only unlocked now. Hello.
Gabriel, I'm so glad you stopped by.
Oh, sorry it's been a while, Grandma.
Not at all. Give me a kiss.
Show me what a real man is.
Now come on, sit down. Tell me how you're doing.
It's a big couch. Look at this stock photo. I'm sure I've seen this before.
Another game.
Like, just on the internet or something? I don't know. Or maybe it just looks like a standard stock photo.
Yeah. Like those
Oh, man.
old-fashioned oval pictures with, like, fade background.
These ones, yeah.
Illustrated.
Grandma
I don't know if
needs
it's
the
illustrated
fucking...
or it's just the graphics.
Oh, it's probably hand-painted, hand-touched up.
Mm.
Grandma needs to fucking clean the fireplace, let me tell you. Look at these splinters. Okay, let's see. Grandma night.
How have you been, Gran?
Just fine, dear. I'm sorry I bothered you at work, but, I was hoping you'd get a chance to go through your father's things in the attic.
Don't be silly. You can call me anytime.
Maybe we can sell all Dad's shit like we did that painting. Get some more money. Grandma, what do you know about voodoo?
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? What an odd question, Gabriel. Of course, you always were interested in monster movies and all that other weird stuff. You get that from your father and granddad. I don't know anything about it, dear. Of course, it was very big in New Orleans at one time, but you don't hear so much about it these days. Too much else in the world to worry about, I guess.
Be a good boy. Gabriel is not a good boy in any sense of the word. Grandma, what do you know about the voodoo
it's
murders?
just
What can you tell me about the
if
voodoo
it's craft
murders?
or just scratches.
Oh, Gabriel, nothing. And I don't want to.
What scratches?
I sometimes wonder what this
Just a
world
friend
is coming
fireplace.
to.
No, they're like splinters. Like wood, like she's probably chopped it with a tomahawk or something. Grandma, what do you know about New Orleans?
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Sorry, Nolans.
Nolans is very southern, of course, though not as much as it used to be when I was a girl. It's gotten much more influenced by the East Coast and that California stuff. Still, it hasn't changed as much as other places, I reckon. We've always been happy here.
Grandma, tell me more about New Orleans.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
My goodness, boy, you lived here all your life, just like me.
Exactly, call him
I
out.
can't tell you much that you don't already know.
Grandma, tell me about Marie Laveau.
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
Marie Laveau. Oh, of course. She was that voodoo woman, wasn't she? She preyed on people's fears and superstitions, is what I think. There are always those willing to take other people's money for nothing. You stay away from people like that, Gabriel.
Yes, Gran.
Grandma, tell me about all the snakes you've seen.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes? What kind of snakes, dear?
I don't know, local kinds.
Trouser pythons?
Well, we used to get cottonmouths in the park when I was a girl, but I haven't heard of one being sighted for years. Milk snakes and garter snakes are also around these parts, but they can't hurt
Milk
you.
snakes.
Thanks, Gran.
Snakes. I think in Snake Eater, there is a milk snake and a coral snake, and they look the same, but one is venomous. I think that's what I remember. Killer Kid, how you doing? Grandma, tell me about your animal masks.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Why, no, dear. Do you mean Mardi Gras masks?
Never mind, Gran.
Must be the snake in start of. There's a movie called Interceptor. I think there's a newer movie called Interceptor, so this is one from the 90s, I believe. The premise is that it's a guy, they're making these new stealth fighters with a bit of AI, and this guy ejects from his fighter during training so that I think he goes up for a court martial or I don't know, but he gets put on the same plane as two of the stealth fighters, and terrorists attack the plane. And so it's one of those like one person versus terrorist movie. It's actually kind of decent, not best, but decent.
Mm-hmm.
But it starts off, the bad guys, in order to get the whatever codes or security thing they need, they've got this guy strapped up and he's torturing him and he's battered, and they haven't got any information out of him. And he gets out a coral snake and gets to bite him. And he's like, and he's freaking out, and the guy puts out this vial and a syringe, and he goes, this has the antidote to the snake.
Mm-hmm.
So give me what I need and I'll give you the antidote. And so he says the code or whatever he needs, and he gives it to him, and the guy quickly gets the syringe, fills it. I think the bad guy fills it, but gets the syringe, pumps it into his vein, and breathes a sigh of relief. And the guy goes, oh wait, I got my snakes mixed up. This one's not poisonous at all. And so that must be what you're talking about. The milk snake looks exactly like a coral snake. I always thought it was just the coral snake wasn't poisonous, but Dad said that one thing, because he almost thought it was a fault, because he said, of course, there's no anti-venom for any sort of sea snake. They're either not poisonous, or if they are poisonous, there's no anti-venom. But so the guy goes, but what did I inject him much into myself? And the bad guy just drinks the vial, and he goes, I think it was like champagne or Chardonnay or some sort of sparkling water. And then, so the guy knows he's basically dies from the injection because it's got
Bubbles?
carbonation.
Yeah, gotcha. Fuck. Saku.
It's very nice. Hey, Saku. Very clever scene. And then the movie doesn't live up to that opening, but
100%
it's
certified got it.
semi-decent. Probably aged a lot by now, though.
Grandma, tell me about Voodoo Hound 4.
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound for?
Gabriel, my goodness. What are you up to these days?
Oh, nothing, Gran, really.
You'd better not be. You know you're the only family I have left.
I know, Gran.
Don't worry,
It's
Gran.
okay.
You're gonna have grandkids great grandkids anytime soon. Grandma, tell me about human sacrifice.
Does the phrase Cabrice and Co. mean anything to you?
Something without something, I think. Oh, my French is so rusty, I swear my mind is going.
No, it's okay. Thanks.
We know what it is, isn't it? Isn't it the hornless goat?
It is, yep. Grandma, tell me about Akuna Matata.
Does the name Ogun Badakri mean anything to you?
What, dear?
Never mind.
What about Dambala?
Have you ever heard of Dambala?
What, dear?
Never mind.
Perfect. Tell me about yourself, Gran.
Tell me about yourself.
Me? Surely you have something more interesting to talk about.
No, come on, Gran.
Oh, all right, dear. What do you want to hear?
Oh, man, okay. What do you do all day? You knit. Look at all the wool.
What do you do all day?
You know how I love to knit and work in my garden.
Oh, got it.
I also take long walks. It's the only way to keep an old body like mine from stiffening up.
You're not old.
Oh, don't be foolish. I'm older than the hills.
Tongs, let me see if I can find a sound effect for that one.
What is Baltimore Tell Us a Story?
There we go. Tell us about your younger days.
Tell me about before you met Granddaddy.
Well, you know I was born Rebecca Wright. My daddy owned a lot of land outside of town. We grew peas and corn and cotton, all kinds of things. It was a good childhood, but my father was very strict. He didn't much let me out of his sight.
Speaking of corn, so yesterday I was in the city working and I went to find Coolish at lunchtime, and my colleague bought a Coolish, but he also bought this other ice cream, this other Japanese ice cream, and it was the shape of like a big cob of corn, like huge, but it was made out of like wafer stuff, but it smelt and tasted like actual corn, and then inside was like vanilla ice cream with chunks of actual corn in it. It's really strange.
Yeah, I've had ice cream before with bits of corn in it. It wasn't bad, but a bit weird.
Tell us about meeting Granddad.
Tell me how you met Granddaddy.
Oh, I met Harrison at a church revival. There was a traveling preacher back then, a big fella named Reverend Jim. I even remember his slogan, "Come to me to find your way." Your granddad was sitting right behind me and my girlfriend, Alma. And at one point, old Reverend Jim was flinging his hair around with his fine brimstone annex. And a piece of it, one of those small add-on do's for men, went flying off. I swear, Harrison and I were the only ones that noticed.
Oh, like a toupee? Is that what
we
they...
both started laughing
Yeah, hair extensions,
to
I guess.
beat the band. Everyone looked at us like we were a couple of loonies. Oh, it was then I knew that he was from me.
Oh, lovely. Have I ever tried orange Skittles and M&Ms, like together, like bought together? Or is this some sort of weird verdantry combo? Like you separating the candies yourself?
So there's no sort of like, this is why we're compatible. It's just literally they both laughed at the same thing and thus we're destined to be with each other.
Laughed at a person's unfortunate event.
Yeah.
How you doing, Grandmommy?
How you feeling these days?
Fit as a fiddle, and don't you worry your head about it.
Okay. Anything.
Just tell me anything at all.
I had your father when I was 22.
Ooh.
The doctors told me I couldn't have any more after him, so I'm afraid I spoiled him rotten.
Jaffa. Jaffas aren't too bad. You don't like Jaffas though, do you, Steve? You don't like fruit in your chocolate.
No, because it's not like, it's still one flavor. I don't like things inconsistent. I guess, yeah, I think it's Jaffas are nice enough. I don't necessarily want to pick them from if I was getting something from the candy store, but if it was like someone was passing around a box of Jaffas, I'd probably have them.
Mm-hmm.
That might be the exception. I generally don't like orange chocolate, but Jaffas are kind of exception because they're kind of more candy-like than chocolate.
Okay.
Just tell me anything at all.
I hate to admit it, but I was a jealous little thing when your granddaddy and I were younger. I loved him so ferociously, and he did attract the eyes of the ladies whether
this is
he
where we got it
wanted
from.
to or not.
Yeah. I was going to joke that when he goes through his granddaddy stuff, it's just going to be another version of him that's just going to be objectifying women, and
it's a box full of dildos and Benoit balls.
Yeah, and he's and a diary where he's like fucked like 200 girls while he's been with his grandmother.
There'd be his old bed, and there would be just like notches all the way through.
Yuck!
Tell me about the Nart
It's like
family.
go to the drawers of clothing, and there's just one whole drawer just filled with girls' knickers.
Jesus
with various sizes and styles.
Tell me about our family.
Who would you like to hear about? Your granddad, your father, or your mother?
Let's hear about Maggie Templeton Knight.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother was Margaret.
It wasn't anything we said,
Templeton, when your
Verdantry.
father met her. She came from a very wealthy Creole family in New Orleans. She was beautiful and reckless. She was madly in love with your father, of course, but I also think she liked to find her family.
Okay, Philip. No, who was Philip? Granddad?
Tell me about my father.
Your father was my only child. How we adored him.
Harrison?
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad immigrated to America when he was 21. He walked his way through school, met and married me, and we had your father, Philip. Since you're so
Philip's the
interested in
dad.
family history these days, why don't you go by St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 and visit the family tomb? It would be such
now
a
we can
sweet
visit the tomb.
gesture.
Oh.
It's just past the Ross tomb, right? Oh, maybe I will.
That unlocks it. That's good, because we went there before, but we had no context, so it was sort of like, oh.
If you didn't know where it was.
Yeah, that's good. Alright. They're still white, though.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad supported me and your father with bookkeeping. Oh, I tell you what, though, he hated every minute of it. Didn't really like bookkeeping one bit. Maybe that was why he had the worst luck with jobs. Oh, the nights he'd come home afraid to tell me he lost another. And I'd tell him it didn't matter to me, but he felt ashamed, Gabriel.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Harrison was only 36 when
Jesus.
he died. Your father was 8 years old at the time. Your granddad was hit by a streetcar in the business district. It took me nearly a year to believe he was really gone.
I'm sorry, Gran.
Oh, I know you are, dear.
36 years old, gee.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Did you know that your granddad was a poet? He was. He wrote the most beautiful poetry for me when we were courting. I always thought he should have done something with that gift, but he was such a practical man. Didn't believe in chasing after dreams.
Tell me about my father.
Philip suffered from terrible nightmares, just like your granddad did. Oh, they were two peas in a pod.
Tell me about my father.
When Philip met your mother, oh, it was love at first sight. They were married 2 weeks later.
2 weeks?
Never looked at a girl seriously until then, and he looked at plenty. You have your father's way with women, Gabriel. And your granddad's.
I wonder if this conversation with the family is what's going to unlock the Wolfgang stuff to give him the courage to make the phone call. Or not courage, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I still
Tell
think
me
it might
about
be
my
just from the PlayStation.
I wanted
like,
to just
I would never
lay
have thought of
down
that,
and
but you're probably
die
right.
when he and your mother
That
were
it's just
killed
so that he
in
doesn't have to
car
pay for it.
crash when you were only 8. It was the thought of taking care of you that kept me going, Gabriel. The
Weird that
police said
she's-
your father swerved off the road after being frightened by something. Perhaps a deer in the road, or a wildcat.
She was so proud before, like when she's done the story of so proud of all the men in her line being complete boonhounds.
Tell me about my father.
Your granddad wanted Philip to have a normal life. He was obsessed by that thought. He pushed Philip to go to law school, but Philip was driven to art. He painted almost in a daze. He would get so inside himself when he worked.
Tell me about my father.
He always hated that it was Margaret's money that supported the three of you when his painting couldn't. I kept telling him, try something more cheerful, like a landscape or two, but he couldn't do it. His work was just too dark and disturbing for the public, you know.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother's family refused to give her money after the marriage. All she had left was a modest trust fund from her great aunt, who happened to like Philip. The remainder of your mother's trust fund became yours when she died. That's what you used to open your bookshop.
It's funny that they talk about these trust funds as if like that's a normal thing.
Tell me about my mother.
The Templetons are all gone now. Every last one of them. Oh, they never wanted anything to do with us, of course. What a waste.
Okay.
You know, you get prettier every time I see you.
Oh, you.
What's new, Gran?
I've been working on baby sweaters for the church bazaar. Keeps me busy.
Okay. I think we can go upstairs and check through the boxes.
All right, dear.
I'm gonna go up to the attic, Gran.
Be careful of the dust.
Let's get this bit over with.
Oh, that looks like an interactable clock.
I think I'll leave that up here.
Okay. Will there be a puzzle to unlock it or something? Oh, it does look touchable. Oh, okay. If I do this long enough, I must, like, it must click, right?
It makes a full revolution.
Okay.
Then you click the symbols.
Oh. Say the sun should go at the top. I don't know. We're going to need a clue, I think. Chair, sewing form, skylight, ceiling, frames, curtains. Golf bag.
Golf was never my game. I'm not sure what my game was, but it wasn't golf.
Okay.
And it looks pretty heavy. There's a lot of Granddad's old stuff in here. Might be something interesting.
Got a stein? Hat. I've got one of these hats that I bought in Germany at Oktoberfest. Okay. Close. Oh, there's the dog again.
Some old clothes, including a pair of leather shorts.
Aren't those called lederhosen?
Lederhosen.
Well, the grandfather was German.
Yes. Oh, this is the castle from the second game, I think.
What's this? It's some sort of key.
Crypt key, maybe?
A bundle of letters. Love letters between Harrison and Rebecca. More of Harrison Knight's German books.
Just what I need.
Think that is it, maybe?
Yeah, you can move other stuff around, but there's no
A bundle of
game
letters.
to it, it seems.
Love letters
Yeah, I think it's
between
more like
Harrison and Rebecca.
looking for stuff underneath it.
Yeah, but other than the key, we haven't actually found anything.
I think the key might be it. Okay. Maybe if we go to the graveyard, open up the tomb with the key, there'll be a book that'll tell us about the clock. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. See you, Gran.
Well, Gran, I'd better get going.
Thanks for stopping by.
No problem. Love you, Gran.
Okay. We also got to go to the police station to talk about the crime being solved as well. Seems to be some sort of corruption or something. But let's go to the cemetery first. Where is the cemetery? Is that the other screen? Or did I just miss it? Cemetery. Here we go. Oh, who's this guy? He looks like the guy that was on the Duke Nukem Forever screenshots before the game came out.
I don't even know that reference.
Mind if I pick your brain a minute?
Go ahead. These folks ain't in no hurry.
Holy shit, pick your brain or what? Okay, voodoo.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
They say it was part of an old religion from Africa, brought here by slaves.
What can you tell me about Narlands?
Seem like everyone wants to visit Narlands at least once in their lives. And they love the cemetery tours. I see tourists in here every day of the year.
Okay.
Do you have any idea what Capri San Call means?
Nope. Can't say that I do.
I feel from a gameplay aspect, the moment we learn what Capri San Cor means, obviously the hornless goat, and we know that it's in relation to human sacrifice, that they should then, like, remove it from people's conversation. Like, it's just not needed anymore.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Sure. She was the voodoo queen of Narlands, a powerful voodooian and a powerful sorceress. Believers still come to her tomb, you know. They write secret marks on the walls, leave offerings. Then there's the tourists. They come out of curiosity. As a matter of fact, that big Dr. John fella from that voodoo museum, he's here at least once a day. But Marie Laveau's tomb isn't the only one the believers visit and make markings and leave offerings at.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is the version of the tissue.
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Toussaint Gervais. I'm the watchman here at St. Louis
That's a good
#1.
name.
What exactly do you do here?
Oh, I keep the place tidy, of course, but a big part of my job, too, is looking out for the grievers, you know. People come to pay their respects, and they need looking out for. Sometimes they so grief-bound, they don't know what they doing.
Okay.
Tell me about yourself.
That's about all there is to say.
Oh, did this open up? I don't remember it being...
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Isn't it just awful, them finding those bodies with the voodoo things around them? I don't think there's any real voodoo going on. Somebody trying to cover their tracks is all.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes? I see snakes around here all the time. Most of them aren't poisonous, of course. I don't mind snakes myself, but lots of folks are afraid of them.
I'm not afraid of snakes.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo hound fall?
I don't know nothing about that.
Tell me something about St. Louis Cemetery #1.
You know why the dead are buried in tombs and not in the ground, don't you? The water table's too high.
Okay.
Them coffins will float right out of their graves. Ha! Them dead will go floating right down into the Calder. Of course, if it were Mardi Gras, nobody'd even notice. It's a historical place. People buried in here from the Civil War. Back further, too. Take a look around. You'll see.
Okay.
You said there were other mock tombs?
Yep. I've seen bull hearts left on tombs and a nest of vulture feathers, plates of peas and congreve. Animal parts, human parts even, it look like. Male parts, if you get my meaning.
Jesus.
And this is one of the great family crypts, mind you. Odd how them types just pick a spot and stick to it.
You been working here a long time?
Longer than you've been alive, son. I may haps be here longer than you'll be alive, for that matter.
The ambience here, the music, reminds me of the Final Countdown.
Doesn't maybe I can't hear it that well.
Getty tomb, the right tomb. Bent snake statue, okay.
The marble residents of this city of the dead say nothing. An odd monument highlights one gravesite. It looks vaguely reptilian.
Okay. Vase. I don't think we need a flower, do we?
Someone has left a small vase by the Wright family tomb.
Not sure who else comes here besides me and Gran, but that was nice of them.
We'll go through each one, I guess. Oh, hang on, what's this?
If Gabriel wants to address his ancestors, he should choose a specific plaque.
Okay, so we can talk to them.
The marble and granite tombs are quite heavy.
Franklin?
Hi. I'm Rebecca's grandson.
Much as when they were alive, the Wright elders give no response.
Hi.
Okay.
I'm Rebecca's grandson.
There's a squirrel.
Much as when they were alive, the Wright elders give no response. Gabriel doesn't want to take the nameplates from his family tomb.
Oh, maybe there'll be like a keyhole in one of them.
The marker reads, Franklin Wright.
These are Gran's folks. I never knew them.
Okay, let's go down here then.
The marker reads, Margaret Templeton Knight.
My mother.
Gabriel doesn't want to take the nameplates from his family tomb. The marker reads, Philip Knight.
Daddy.
The marker reads, Harrison Knight.
Granddaddy.
The marker reads, Harley Wright.
Gran's sister. She died young.
The marker reads, Merrill Planter Wright.
These are Gran's folks. I never knew them.
The marker reads, Franklin Wright.
These are Gran's folks. I never knew them.
I feel like it's a clock key. Oh, well, I should have just looked at what it was. We have to go back.
Close to saying this.
Yeah, let's have a look. Oh, we can't. Okay. Oh, hang on.
It's an antique clock key, most commonly used to wind antique clocks.
But yeah, you were able to like spin the thing. I guess that's to wind them up so they actually run.
Yeah, maybe. That was a good use of the BTTF. Love it. Let's have a look. Can we steal the wheelie bin?
Seeing as how this is a cemetery, Gabriel doesn't really want to know what all is in that trash can.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's just gonna be grass clippings.
You'd think.
Oh no, it's not. He's raking, so it's likely leaves and a bit of trash, normal trash. It's not like just because it's a graveyard, it's gonna have like dead body parts or anything.
How do we know he even works there? We didn't check his credentials. He could just be grave robbing.
Yeah, it's true. Just be like,
Gabriel,
there's no one else.
come in.
When there's no one else there, he's just having a mass over the graves.
Is this hang on. When I get my cursor. This looks like Gran's bong. Big one.
I'm gonna go up to the attic again.
Enjoy yourself, dear.
Okay, let's see. If we go like this, and then... Oh, but... Oh, maybe we have to look at it closer? There's a little drawer at the bottom, I see. Yeah, this. Oh, there's the keyhole.
Daddy. Have I been a good boy for you, Daddy?
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Damn it.
There's an interesting design in the base of the clock.
Doesn't really tell us much, does it? Daddy. Okay. Dragon. Let's think of things we may have heard. Don't think we've heard of nooses or dragons or scimitars. Sun, maybe. Angel, maybe.
Maybe talk to the Ghost Rider?
Oh, a bit of research, you reckon?
Yeah, she might say, oh yeah, there's a thing I've recently seen.
Okay.
Based on things you've been telling me to look up.
Yeah, good idea. Start the motorbike from the attic. Alright, let's see. Let's go to... Store.
Hey, Grace, here I am.
Oh boy, party time.
Oh, he's still looking. Oh, you.
Get the hell out of here.
The figure outside does not respond.
Go on, get.
He has to pass the guy whenever he goes in and out.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest part.
We'll go to the police station after this one.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Okay, nothing. Off to the police station we go. You got some explaining to do, bud. Police station.
But yeah, the daddy was similar to when Blanche DeVoe from Golden Girl says daddy. But usually she says Big Daddy. It's like a little creepy edge to it. Or Devereaux, or Dubois.
Where's the phone? Is it in...
Knight,
Oh, here we go.
hate to tell you this, but you're out of a book. The Voodoo Murders case has been closed.
I had a feeling you were gonna say that. Son of a bitch.
Alright, Mosley, you got some explaining to do.
I have to tell you, bud, I'm pretty pissed off about this case being closed. You guys are making a big mistake.
Hey, I'm not any happier about it than you are, Knight, but I've got my orders.
Orders, you say? Veve?
Do you know anything about veves?
What?
Veves. They're ritualistic patterns used in voodoo. You know, like those marks we found around the body.
You know what the department says about that, Knight? That voodoo stuff is faked.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, they're wrong. These veves...
Look, just stop worrying about those marks. I don't think they're relevant.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to quickly grab a snack. Steve, if you want to vamp for a second.
Yeah, I just realized it's supposed to look up how mirrored sunglasses work, because, yeah, that's not normally how two-way mirrors work. I don't know. I guess I told Bolts last night that I did make a purchase recently. Partly is also to help with diet. I ordered, arriving in January because it's international, but I ordered a Sojirushi rice cooker. So I'm excited about that. And then I had to order a transformer because I'd forgotten that it'll power won't, but there's a power difference between America and Japan versus Australia. And because of the load, the transformer, I can't see the exact dimensions, but the transformer might be the size of the rice cooker itself at this point. Musk sticks? Is that what the...
I'm back. I had to say hello to Ramen as well. Mustics. Yum. I got myself some of those ginger beer chips.
But I guess pink pencil would be the non-creepy way of saying it. Calling a mustic.
Oh, no mustics for me. Haven't had them in ages, but I would like them. Dambala.
Have you ever heard of Dambala?
You mean gumbo?
No, I mean Dambala.
Never heard of it.
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound fall?
Oh, come on. Somebody's pulling your leg, Knight.
Are you sure?
Ain't nothing secret about voodoo in Narlands. There's a museum, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, but that's the stuff they want you to see.
You're getting mighty paranoid, Knight.
Does sound a bit tinfoily. Told you bro about them today? How'd you describe them and what did he say?
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound fall?
I told you, you're nuts. Drop it.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
Say what?
Ogun Badagri. It's a voodoo loa.
Speak English or shut up, Knight.
Oof.
Sorry, didn't mean to confuse you. Guess I'll take that as a no. Tell me about yourself.
What do you want to talk about that for now? We're not doing the book anymore. Besides, you already know too much about me, Knight.
What's the status on the voodoo murders case?
The case? What case? I told you, the voodoo murders case is closed.
Ooh, what if he's in on it?
How can you just close it? It's not solved, is it?
Oh, it's solved. Turns out the Chicago Mafia was trying to invade local territory. Use the Mississippi for drug running now that Florida's so hot. What we had here was a little resistance from the local businessmen. Word came in this morning that the Chicago group is giving up and pulling out of Nolans.
But that doesn't bring the killers to justice.
Well, the boys upstairs seem to figure it this way. Let the slime kill each other. Better the vermin we know than Chicago vermin, I guess. The attitude in the department is that we just been done a huge favor, and they're probably right.
What about the local cartel? Are you just gonna let them go?
At least they're part of us. We'll deal with them over time. Always have. Nolans is pretty clean that way, you know?
Well, that's the illusion, isn't it?
Look, I'm not totally in agreement here either. But what can I do? These guys are not about to get caught. I'm disappointed about the book, too. Look, next big murder case I get, I'll call you in, and we'll do that one up right, okay? In fact, I could probably dig up some old cases, and you could spice them up.
No thanks.
Is, I guess I don't know my American geography. Is, like, Chicago directly above, Nolans, is it?
Or is the man above? Because it's like northwest of New York is where I think of it.
Northwest of New York.
So up and to the left.
Of New York?
Yeah. But I don't know where New Orleans, I think, is southwest. That one I'm more unsure about. But judging from, I know they're relative to
voodoo murders case.
They're relative to New York, and that makes me think they're kind of far away.
How
but
can
maybe
I
I'm not.
convince you to reopen the case?
Look, the department's not interested.
So, couldn't you make them interested?
With what? I got 7 bodies and still no leads. The voodoo angle's worthless, and besides, these people aren't hurting anybody but out-of-town drug dealers and hitmen.
The voodoo stuff is not worthless. It's the key to the whole thing. And these people are dangerous. They need to be stopped.
Okay, you want me to reopen this case? Prove what you just said.
What do you mean?
You need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
I already told you. You still need to Prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland.
There's a weird pause
Prove
between
that
those
they're
two
a threat.
sentences.
Get me a lead on the cult.
I think it's because if I come back and I've already solved one of them, they can just omit that sentence.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna insult you.
So how do you find anything in this office? It looks like a war zone in here.
Hey, I get my job done. I'm a detective, not Betty Crocker.
Alright, well, that was a big 0. I think we have to do something with the chess game.
Yeah, that seems like to me it's got to be you
let
freak
you
the
get
guy
back
out with
to
voodoo
it.
stuff.
Later, Knight.
I don't know how you get that done. But that'll give us the money. No, wait, what was that for?
Let's go to Willie's place and then see if he does
Is
have
the-
like a hacky
Was there a
sack or
phone we
something.
can use in the PlayStation?
Oh yeah, I can do that. I guess it would only be in his office. God, we're gonna have to go through this animation.
Detective Mosley. Hard at work, I see.
Yeah. What is it, you wanker?
Gabriel doesn't want to use the phone here.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, off to Dixieland.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Sand, hi John. Wall, ba. What's that?
Does this mean anything to you?
I don't know anything about that at all.
I don't even know what that was selected. Nothing selected. Let me just buy.
Can I ask you just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
There's no such thing. Not around here.
Willie Jr. is going to be the same old song and dance. Case. What is... Hi John sticks out, so what is that?
I don't know what that stuff does, but I don't like the sound of it.
The entire shelf is stocked with containers of High John the Conqueror root powder.
Let's go back to the Napoleon then.
So, having a good game?
Shh, I'm concentrating.
Fine, all right. You come here a lot, don't you?
Every ever-loving day of my life for 20 years.
Okay. Let's go talk to the ballet dancer. Oh, because there was also Slash or whatever his name was.
Crash.
Oh. Oh. Yo, Crash. Yeah, it looks so good.
I need to talk to you. Ask you some questions.
No way, man. I'm too sick. Go away.
Come on. I have to know what you know about these voodoo people.
You don't know nothing about nothing, man. You are so far out of it, you wouldn't understand anything. Just like that friend of yours, Mosley. Go away.
I'm not like Mosley. I know more than you think I do. I'll believe you.
Space, how you doing?
Forget it, man.
Welcome in.
It's not worth my breath.
Hey.
Just munching on some ginger beer chips over here.
Come on, talk to me.
I'm just too sick to waste my time. Now go away!
Come on, talk to me.
I'm just too sick to waste my time. Now go away!
Can we look at him?
Crash is huddled in a pew. He looks seriously ill.
Yeah, I forgot the word, Tongs. Apologies. Seriously ill. What do we have that could... I mean, a brick might put him out of his misery.
Mm-hmm. What's that photo?
Of the body.
The one on the far right, like a poster. Looks like
This?
the devil with someone in front of him. Oh,
it's
fire or something.
it's a place we need to go at some point. Maybe we just leave and come back and he'll be dead.
Chips.
I don't know.
Gonna call them crisps.
Does it say crisps on the bag? Absolutely not. Crisps are a UK thing. I don't know why we walked up and it took us to the church straight away. Didn't think that was a thing.
We do have the confusing thing. I don't know if it's same elsewhere, but yeah, we refer to the both like the potato chips and actual like deep fried potato
Fries.
We both call fries. We both call them chips.
Come on, boys.
Oh, here we go.
football.
I don't think she came out.
Use the cog on her.
Not a bad.
Oh, I accidentally did something.
Maybe you accidentally did the cog.
Baby, I love the way you move.
Sounds like. Like in real life, it'd be like.
Winks knowingly at Gabriel.
Oh, she likes
and
it though.
twitches her hips.
Yep, she wants me.
Jesus Christ.
I like how like if there's an actual belly dancer and it's like this is a long like an ancient art that I'm doing, and then you have the guy go, yeah, shake it, like pretty much like he did. They'd just be suddenly creeped out that you're sexualizing it so much.
I think what you just said there makes me think that this might be Duke Nukem's origin story.
Yeah, it is. This is like before the aliens invade. Now you got to do something to it. No,
Oh, really? Oh,
hopefully he doesn't give it back.
I think this veil belongs to you.
Maybe she'll just drop
my
it again.
veil. I'm always losing those things. You have no idea. Well, darling,
Let's
you're
try it again.
such a sweetie to return a lady's delicates, and so handsome as well.
Well, I...
And since you have such a clear interest in fortune-telling, let me see your hands. They look so strong. Perhaps they will make both our fortunes clear, no?
I wish something would.
I don't know what innuendos these guys are talking
Strong,
about.
yes, and yet so delicate and flexible.
You don't know the half of it.
These are
Oh,
office hands if
good.
I've ever
I
seen them.
see a mysterious woman in your immediate future.
No worries, Tongs. Thanks for stopping by.
Winks at
Enjoy.
Gabriel,
See ya.
knowingly.
She is a dangerous one, dark and beautiful. Oh, I see the road of your life forking, and very soon.
What?
The blood drains from Madame Lorelei's face in an instant. Sweat beads on her upper lip.
Uh-oh.
Are you okay?
There are forces.
Whoa.
Oh God, beware! Beware!
What is it about me lately?
Well, looks like we can't do what you wanted, Steve, with the shawl. So what was it that you wanted to do?
Gabriel wouldn't mind picking up a few
'cause
extra
it's the
bucks
thing
by
that-
using Madame Lorelei's booth while she's gone. But he doesn't know how to belly dance.
Because the thing I thought was blocking us on the last day on the walkthrough, so I haven't seen anything else, but if you used it, I guess the tweezers on it in your inventory, you would have plucked a snake scale from it. 'Cause
Okay.
that's part of the thing, is it's a snake scale, and there's But if you compare her scale to the scale we've got, they won't match, so it'll basically clear her.
Oh, okay, so it sounds like it's just a points thing.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's just a points thing.
All these characters kind of look like Sims characters now that you say it.
Hmm.
Okay, so she's run off. Does that mean... I mean, let's go to the church. Maybe old mate's carked it.
Come on, talk to me.
I'm just too sick to waste my time. Go away!
Crash is huddled in a pew. He looks seriously ill.
Okay, let's see. Can we go to the crystal ball?
A sign on the front door of Magenta's home reads, "Attuning with the spirit realm, back on June 22nd.
We stuck again? Let's have a look at the book. I need to get him to believe how I know about this voodoo stuff and fast. He doesn't look too good. Okay, so maybe we can just try giving him our voodoo stuff. We've got a whole bunch. Man, they could arrest us with the amount of voodoo stuff we've got on us. How about the Veve?
Do you recognize this?
No. Oh, don't waste my time.
Okay. What about the voodoo article?
Do you recognize this?
No. Oh, don't waste my time.
Devan, how you doing? Welcome in. What about the voodoo code? Does he know about the voodoo code?
Do you recognize this?
No.
He doesn't know
Don't
about the
waste my time.
Yep, doing pretty good. Yep. Just trying to solve this voodoo murder crime. How about the body? The murder photo.
Do you recognize this?
This will be you soon.
No. Oh, don't waste my time.
Okay. What about the scale?
Do you recognize this?
No. Oh, don't waste my time.
What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Not the money. I've given him majority of what the voodoo... I doubt this is going to work. But...
Do you recognize this?
No. Oh, don't waste my time.
How about this? Doubt it.
Do you recognize this?
No.
Okay.
Oh, don't waste my time.
Feel free to take a peek ahead, Steve, if we need to keep it moving. But I'll keep looking at it.
Looks like a bit of a pig. It's something that...
Hi.
Mm-hmm. Have we seen a bunch of poems? Or do we have them in our inventory?
Have not seen any poems.
Root bags, curio boxes, and magic candles. Sold as curios only. We cannot guarantee results. To get what's in the case, Gabriel would need money.
Okay, that's good. We've got money.
To get what's in the case,
I got money.
Gabriel would need money.
Where is money?
Would you take 50 for Willie Jr.?
Don't insult me, monsieur. The price is $120.
What? You said you'd sell it for 100 before.
You misheard, monsieur. The price was always 120.
Oh, man. Here's a case, maybe.
To get what's in the case, Gabriel would need money.
Let's go back to George's books then.
I knew you'd miss me, so I came back.
Really? I forgot you were gone.
Hey, yeah, that's the way.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
The only thing we haven't been to the museum today. Maybe we'll quickly do that.
What's that bookstore called?
St. George's Books.
Okay.
Is there something there you wanted?
Yeah, there should be a book on poetry, German poetry.
Hello, beautiful.
Let's have a look.
It's me.
The excitement of
book's
seeing you is killing me.
The book's in flat out has a solution, but that's to do it properly, rather than just say the solution. I sort of want to see the proper way to do it.
Bookshelf. Oh, we did go through the books at the day one, I think. German English Dictionary. That's not what you were referring to.
No.
Oh, here, German poetry.
Drei Drachen kriegen in meinen Schlaf, die Seele wühlen sie lebendig zum Fraß. Feurigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
What does that mean?
I guess look up the dictionary.
There's something there as well. Okay, we can go back.
Gabriel leafs through a German-English dictionary.
Himmel means heaven. Huh. Drei Drachen kriegen in meinen Schlaf, die Seele wühlen sie lebendig zum Fraß. Feurigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal. Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Nothing.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
I can't think of anything.
While you have a quick look, I'm going to go to... I mean, we could use the actual in-game hint system. It's in there. I don't mind trying that out as well.
I could. Because otherwise, yeah, I don't have any leads other than I can see what the translation is, but then also don't know how that translation would point us to what to do, but also have what
Could I ask
should
you
be
some
done.
more questions?
Of course. I also find our dialogue stimulating.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
Don't be ridiculous, Mr. Knight. The voodoo churches in the city have no need for secrecy.
Okay. Let's try it out. Let's see how it works. So in here... Did you buy the crocodile mask? We noted we wanted to do that. Did you talk to Gran about your family and their secrets? Yes, we did. Did you help Sam win his game? No, we didn't. Did you show Crash the bracelet? We don't have the bracelet yet. So that's kind of
I guess
weird.
that's because that's what we want to solve the chess puzzle for. Because the guy who would recreate the bracelet is busy.
Let's go speak to Gran some more then. Grandma, where are you? Here we go.
My precious boy, how wonderful of you to stop by.
Can't stay away from you, Gran. Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
Tell me about yourself.
What more do you want
Oi, oi,
to
oi.
know,
How you
dear?
doing?
Just tell me anything at all.
I get lonely sometimes, but I have lots of girlfriends in the neighborhood.
Hello.
I call one of them if I'm feeling blue.
Just tell me anything at all.
I wish you'd settle down and give me a great-grandchild.
Oh, Gran.
Family secrets. I feel like
Just
we've
tell me
exhausted this
anything
bit.
at all.
I never loved any man but your grandfather. And I never will.
Okay. Oh, good. We exhausted it. Beautiful.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
All right, dear.
Done anything interesting lately?
I raised you.
I wonder.
Gran.
Oh, you know me, Gabriel. I always got my nose poked in something.
It must run in the family.
What if the German poetry that we read has something to do with the clock? Because it's got the different, like the sun and the angel and stuff like that. Maybe there's like a heaven.
It does, but without translating it.
Oh, okay. So that was just a guess. Okay. Maybe we'll focus there a little bit. I'll keep chatting with
You're
Gran.
looking well, Gran.
Oh, thanks, dear.
There's something.
Is there anything you need?
Me?
Part of reading
No,
this
no,
have been
I'm
spoiled
just
on
fine,
something,
Gabriel.
but there's
I have more than enough of everything.
an extra detail I know that you can get to. Maybe it's further down the game.
Okay.
Nice weather.
Oh, Gabriel, please. It's been just awful. Muggiest summer of my life.
Are you okay, Gran?
I'm right as rain, boy.
Okay, that's good. That's empty.
Have you baked any of your incredible molasses pies lately?
No, dear. But you let me know when you want some,
I
and
think
I'll
you get an
whip up a
achievement for
half a
exhausting your dialogue as well.
Okay.
You've lost weight. Are you courting a new man?
Oh, Gabriel, don't be silly. You know there'll never be anyone but your granddad for me.
Your hair looks very pretty today, Gran.
Well, thank
She's
you,
never
dear.
been with
So
someone
that-
since,
Well, you've always had such nice, thick hair.
assuming they're roughly the same
Gabriel.
age, 36.
I assume so.
You know, I always tell people that my Gran is the prettiest grand old belle in the city.
Bit of a
Oh,
waste.
dear. You shouldn't talk so.
Oh, nothing.
Okay.
Never
Completely
mind.
exhausted.
All right, dear.
So, I wonder if we can.
Can I ask her about the bong?
No, we can't ask her about the ball.
How often?
Let's see.
How
let's
often
see.
do you smoke a cone, Grandma?
Maybe we just have to keep going back to the dictionary
Hey, Grace, here I am.
to learn new
Well,
words.
yeah.
Boy, party
Although
time.
I think it's just one by one, but also it says he'll only translate by using the dictionary. He'll only translate dry and draken.
Gabriel leafs through a German-English
that might be enough.
dictionary.
Draken
Maybe you don't get a
means
translation in
dragons.
this.
I wonder if Mosley would know he was being insulted if I called him Draken Breath.
Exactly. Steve is always a different character depending on which game we played. Devan. Today is Voodoo Doll because we are playing a voodoo game.
A book of German
Last one
poetry
was,
that once belonged to Gabriel's
tentacle.
grandfather.
Yep.
And it was
Gabriel
almost
has always found it strangely
flesh-colored tentacle,
compelling.
which would have looked unfortunate.
Drei Drachen kriegen in meinen Schlaf. Die Seele wühlen sie, lebendig
Dragon.
zum Frost. Feurigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
Okay, so we know Dragon. Maybe Dragon was on the clock.
Yep. And Dry is the other one.
Let's have a look.
You'll know. You'll
through a German-English dictionary.
as soon as he says it, you'll go. Of course, it means that.
Huh.
Gabriel leaves through a German-English dictionary.
Draken means dragon.
That's the other person that's coding.
I wonder if Mosley
I'm
would know
completely
he was
fine.
being insulted if I called him Draken Breath.
It's if someone sticks a pin in the target, that's when I feel it.
Besessen means
Ooh,
possessed.
We didn't know that.
That's handy to know.
Let's keep doing it.
Gabriel leaves through a German-English dictionary.
Reise means a journey.
Okay.
I wonder if I'll ever use this stuff.
Gabriel leaves through a German-English dictionary.
Besessen means possessed.
Okay, it's starting to double up now.
That's handy to know.
So let's try reading this again now that we know a few more
Draken
words.
kriegen in meinen Schlaf. Die Seele wollen sie lebendig zum Fraß. Feurigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
Doesn't say much still though. Maybe we can go to the clock now.
You know how to count in German?
No, I don't. I only know how
Or
to
the first
count.
three numbers at least?
Nah.
It's 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I see. I see what you're putting down. I see what you're putting down. Okay. Let's go to Grand's place. I just do it for fun, Devan. I'm a software engineer by trade. That's my new job, at least. Hang on. Shit. Alt tab the game. It'd be nice to be able to skip Gran. Like, she doesn't have her frame nearby, so it takes ages to get to the door.
My precious boy, how wonderful of you to stop by.
Can't stay away from you, Gran.
Don't take a seat. Although, if Granny's German, she must have some Pfeffernuss about, right?
Yeah.
Fucking love
Yeah,
it.
she's of the right generation
Enjoy
too.
yourself, dear.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think I know that image.
Can
I know
you-
it's a different
An
one that I've
elaborate
seen.
mechanical clock,
You look it
probably
up
of
for me,
German
Stephen.
origin,
Describe it.
is among the discarded treasures of the attic.
It's a fantastic image. As the text graphic design is my passion.
I think I'll leave
On
it up
a
to you.
rainbow gradient background and a clip art picture of a cat with the background of the clip art picture not being transparent. It's white instead of transparent.
Oh, I see. I hope to think that I'm a little bit better than that. A little bit. Just a skosh. Okay, so. We want... Oh. Great. That hand's a little bit fucked, to be honest. And we want... Dragon?
The key winds
Yes!
the clock's mechanism.
Granddaddy, you old fox.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Ooh, we got some juicy secrets. What have we got in here? Okay, let's give that a
The
good old...
letter is written in German, but Gabriel
I don't
determines
know,
what
it's
he
Comic
can
Sans.
about it.
Actually,
It was sent from a place
don't
called
find
Schloss
Comic Sans
Ritter
as
in
offensive as other
Wintersberg,
people
West
do.
Germany.
Hence I
The
don't
letter
notice
is
it.
addressed to mein Sohn Heinz and signed Wilhelm Ritter.
Oh, now we know
One
the
of
dude.
The recurring word strewn throughout the letter is the word Schattenjäger. The only other thing that Gabriel can decipher about the letter is a sense of urgency in the handwriting and in the heavy use of a quill tip, bold strokes, and underlining.
Excellent. Psyche loves the daddy talk. Yeah, it must be just a thing of that region, right? Like, I would never call my dad daddy.
I think that's why it's similar to Blanche Dubois, because it's like, it's Dubois? Am I getting that wrong, or is it Devereaux?
It is Dubois.
Dubois.
Oh, hang on. Blanche. No, Devereaux. Oh man, now I don't know.
I fucked you up now.
You've broken my brain.
I think it's quite similar because it's probably similar regions. Like, I know she's not from Louisiana, but it's still that southern, roughly the
The
same
back of
southern
the
area.
photo has the following written
Yeah,
on
hers
it.
is Big Daddy.
Schloss Ritter, 1925.
He looks like Chris Christopherson. Okay, so now we can actually go make a phone call because he knows that he believes that we're the same age. While we go back, I'm going to grab a quick drink from the fridge and I'll show you guys what it is. It's not a Dr. Pepper because I've already just finished. Oh, actually, there's a little bit of Dr. Pepper left, Steve. Better make sure I plug that down. 23 flavors of goodness, Steve.
Peace.
Hello, beautiful.
That's
It's
what
me.
it is.
The excitement
of
of
course.
seeing you is killing me.
Boy,
It is.
it's
I did
Dr. Pepper time.
Streetcar
Yes, it
Named
is.
Desire in literature in high school.
Yes, it must be Devereaux.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And of course, there's a Simpsons reference with Streetcar Named Desire with Stella.
Yeah, I don't think they ever say Blanche Dubois, but there's a Stella reference in Seinfeld.
All right, before I make the phone call, I'm going to go grab that drink. I think Verdantry will know what these are related to. Steve will as well, but I'll be back in a moment.
Yeah, the Seinfeld episode is kind of funny because it's not just a reference by itself, but it's the fact that there's like a character, like a guest character called Stella, and Elaine becomes so obnoxious with constantly making that reference. And constantly going, Stella! So the joke is making that crappy reference over and over again.
All right.
Oh,
so
we've got competition.
yeah, competition. All right, here we go. It is Raspberry Red Frogs flavored soda. Don't know if it's any good.
So like creamy soda? Raspberry creamy soda?
Well, there was two other cans. I had Grape Chewy, which tasted exactly like Grape Hubba Bubba. And then I had the pineapple, you know, the pineapple jelly lollies?
Yeah. Mid-tier.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does taste more like the lolly than just the standard raspberry. That's good.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's try and make that phone call. If he says that he doesn't know who he is, we're going to have words.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international?
Sure did.
I'm not calling Germany.
Oh, come on
that
now.
Wolfgang Ritter guy says he's a relative, but I've never heard of him.
Oh, maybe we need to get it researched.
That's kind of. I think it's another phone. We've got to find another phone that he won't. It's basically he'll do it on someone else's dime, but not his.
Do you know that though, or is that just our guess?
That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think because he still hasn't made the connection that they're related, so I'm thinking Grace might be able to sort that out. If we go here, and then
Gabriel can't see a way to use that.
oh, can't you now? Okay, let's just talk then.
Oh, did you talk to Grandma about the stuff
Got
you
a
just
minute,
took?
Grace?
I didn't.
What's up?
Good idea. I really should have. Schottenjäger.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
No. Is that a voodoo word?
Oh, it's not Grace.
I
It's
don't think
German.
so. It's German.
No, sorry. I don't speak German.
Clearly.
You want a little German in you?
Speak to Gran about these.
Yeah.
She'll be able to
Do you want the translation of the poem? Because it looks like we don't do it in game. You're supposed to just look up those 2 words. And that's enough. So the poem is 3 dragon crawl in my sleep. The living soul they want to eat. With fiery breath, with forked tongue, they enjoy every meal.
Okay. That reminds me, we got to do Book of Unwritten Tales 2 in the future too. That'd be great. First one was fantastic.
My precious boy, how wonderful of you to stop by.
Can't stay away from you, Gran.
Oh, I will. Don't you worry. It's on the list. Oh, you know what else I'm going to add to the list? I don't know if it does it count as point and click though. I guess it does if Back to the Future does. But I remembered that I had the Jurassic Park Telltale game that I just never finished. That could be good too.
It says also the Telltale Monkey Island that I never got past the first chapter for.
Does this mean anything to you, Gran?
And maybe Sam and Max.
That one in the middle is your grandfather. Those other 2, oh, I don't know.
Ooh, that's a really good soda actually. Oh, we didn't even look at the clock letter. We'll just show Gran for the first time.
Does this mean anything to you, Gran?
No, dear. I'm afraid I don't speak a word of German.
We can use the dictionary on it, I reckon. Or that on the dictionary, rather.
I think
The letter is written in German, but Gabriel determines what he can about it. It was sent from a place called Schloss Ritter in Rittersberg, West Germany. The letter is addressed to mein Sohn Heinz and signed Wilhelm Ritter. One of the reoccurring words strewn throughout the letter is the word Schattenjäger. The only other thing that Gabriel can decipher about the letter is a sense of urgency in the handwriting and in the heavy use of a quill tip, bold strokes, and underlining.
Psycho, I'd love to... I wish there was like an emote that we could do for that would be visible. Maybe I could just get the normal Apple emoji for that sign. Because those in the know will be in the know. Alright, we're clearing out of grandmas. What's that?
I don't think I know that one.
Well, you're not in the know then. It's one of the best FMV adventure game segments of all time, I would say.
Hello, beautiful. It's me.
The excitement of seeing you is killing me.
The chandelier is... All right. He can't afford...
Yeah, they did the sequel, right? Okay, so if we go... Oh, maybe not, actually.
Gabriel leafs through a German-English dictionary.
Dry means 3.
Oh, there you go. There's the dry means 3 after the fact, Steve. All right, maybe she can
That doesn't seem to work that way.
I feel like we're close, but...
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Maybe not. Let's consult the hint book again. Let's see. Did you buy the crocodile mask? No, because we can't afford it. Did you talk to Gran about the family secrets? Well, we know who Granddad is. Did you help Sam win his game? Did we show that? No, let's see. And get $20 at the cemetery.
I did just say how. I guess if we know that we're supposed to own it, it should be pretty simple.
Okay.
Or maybe we need the alligator thing for the chess. Because we don't have a... There's no good reason why we want it other than we've sort of know that we probably need it. Is that right?
Yeah, we don't have a use for it. Alright, let's see. Oh, this is the final countdown again. So we need to steal some money from the cemetery somehow. Offerings, maybe?
Food, trinkets, and more unsettling things have been
Grave
left
robbing,
at
your specialty,
Marie
Steve.
Laveau's tomb as offerings from
I was never
believers.
fully serious about that. Also, it was like,
No thanks.
it wasn't the permanent stuff. It's mostly just the knowledge that, like, real flowers, like, at the end of the day, there's a groundskeeper that'll go through all the graves and unceremoniously just pick them all up and throw them in a bin. Then what's the difference? I'd never pick up anything permanent.
Yeah, it's not like you're going to pick up
Like-
someone's a gargoyle statue on their grave and put it on someone you know.
I mean, I wouldn't pick up fake flowers because that'd be, regardless of what you think of the afterlife, that'd be very invasive to whoever visits afterwards and sees it missing. And disturbing, and also disrespectful to the person dead. But yeah, fake flowers because they're permanent. I know a lot of like
Miss you, Mom.
like there'd be football fans, so you'd have like a little plastic statue of a like magpie with a footy vest on, that kind of shit, which I'd never touch.
Can you imagine liking football so much that someone puts a little, like a pop
Yeah,
vinyl
but-
idol on your grave? That'd be weird.
It made me think of that a little bit. It's like a little bit of like, really?
Get $20 from the cemetery. Like, what? That doesn't even sound like a sentence that should exist.
Yes, yeah.
Do you want to maybe look a little bit more into that, Steve? Just that we can't really push or steal graves or anything like that. I thought maybe
Someone has left a small vase by the Wright family tomb.
Not sure who else comes here besides me and Brian. But
Okay, so it's a puzzle that was added to the 20th anniversary edition.
Mhm.
Okay, so we got the family tune, right?
yeah, that's where we are.
We talked to the deceased?
Yeah, I've just
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've done everyone, have we?
I'll try it again.
Hey, Daddy.
Hey, Daddy.
How's it going, Granddaddy?
Alright, guys.
Oh, shoot. Huh. Looks like someone left something in that vase.
$20 dues.
Hmm.
Looks like it's my lucky day.
All right, now we can go and buy Little Willie. Get Little Willie from the voodoo store.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Also, do you think, like, I guess a few other times you see something like a little bit identifying, but otherwise, like, football was the only, like, you never saw, like, somewhere where there was, like, a model plane or, like, a plastic Gundam over someone's grave or something like that. Like,
Maybe no.
there's no personalization other than the football fanatics.
I reckon. I don't know, Verdant Tree. Do you love Gundam that much that you know when you're old and grey and you pass on that you'll want a Zaku? Oh, you'd
guess
get
it's
it in
more-
marble though, wouldn't you? You wouldn't get just a plastic one. You'd actually get like a.
Well, it's like a plastic football thing, like a Funko Pop type thing on the football ones. You can have a plastic Gundam, it should survive.
I have $120. You still want to
Bury
sell
you
that
in the
crocodile
Zaku?
mask?
That's 120 showing
But it's
up.
going to be more
That mask
about
is
what the
yours,
family
sir.
wouldn't be about. Unless, I guess you could put in a will that you wanted that, but the plastic stuff is like the football paraphernalia is more with the family doing it rather than the deceased.
This is like Snake Eater. I'm gonna wear it like the crocodile hat.
Here you go. Careful it don't bite you now.
Yeah, thanks.
Now don't you go forgetting your lagniappe. A free bottle of Master Gambling Oil.
Oh.
The sign said I could get Lady Luck Oil instead.
Well, I was thinking a man as young as you wouldn't be needing that kind of remedying. But, if you's having problems with your,
That's all right. Believe me, I don't need it. I'll just stick with this.
Why did that conversation
Thanks,
need to happen?
Cause it ain't none of my business if you do need it now, huh?
I don't need it.
Oh, of course you don't.
Okay. With the voodoo oil. That's gonna help us, I reckon. With old mate. Napoleon House. And Sam is superstitious as hell. So if we go... Whoops. Back out of that. Whoop. Yep. Give him a touch of the essences.
Got a second, Sam?
Oh, there we go.
It's about your game.
I don't have a game, that's my problem. Don't you touch those chess pieces while I'm gone, bastard.
I ain't never needed to cheat yet, you loser.
Thought you might be interested in this gambling oil.
Let me see that. Master Gambling Oil. What's it for?
Oh, speaking of, I don't know. Bad segue, I guess. There's a Steam game that I saw the other day. I showed it to Verdantry, but it'd be pretty cool if we all gave it a shot. It's free. It's like a Mafia-like, you know, like those board game Mafia things, but it's like a co-op-y sort of, I think it's like anime-based, which is like not really my thing, but it seemed like it's got positive scores. Could be cool to try with a bunch of people.
Don't you ever wonder why Marcus wins every time?
Whoa, hold it. You really think Marcus uses this stuff?
Would I make something like that up?
Get out of here. Marcus would never use something like this.
Well, if that's what you want to believe.
What was the game called? I'm going to find out. Give me 1 second. It was called... Espionage Mafia Evolved. Take a look at the Steam page for that. Tell me if you guys are interested, because that could be some fun.
This is a powerful voodoo oil.
Ah, go on. Really?
Yes, exactly.
It might make a good salad dressing.
I'm a meat and potatoes man myself. Sorry.
Got any squeaky doors?
None that I don't want to squeak. Excuse me.
I bet it would work as hair tonic.
Look, no amount of tonic's gonna help this baloney patch.
Baloney patch. Wow. You gonna use that one, Steve? You reckon that's a good one?
Baloney patch? Sorry, I was trying to look up the game.
A baloney patch is known as a bald spot, according to this guy.
Okay.
This voodoo oil could make a nun get lucky.
Really? You think it really works, huh?
I'd stake my reputation as a novelist on it.
And you say Marcus uses this? That explains a lot. Let me see that bottle. This looks authentic.
Oh, it is.
If I could really beat that bastard. Stonewall, give me a Pim's cup, would you?
Coming up, Sam.
How much you think I ought to put in here?
All of it.
Careful, you don't want to overdo it. Too much luck can be dangerous.
Ha! There's no such thing as too much. Now stand back.
Oof.
Come on already, I'm ready to checkmate.
We'll see about that, Mr. Smarty Big Mouth.
Get him. Do it, Sam.
Checkmate! Checkmate, you bastard!
Son of a bitch.
20 years I've been waiting to say that. Checkmate! Checkmate! Checkmate!
You are the biggest butthead, Sam Singleton, that I have ever met.
Checkmate!
You can just put that chessboard where the sun don't shine.
Hallelujah! I did it! Yippee!
He loses once and he's fucking loses it.
Oh, yeah.
Nice game.
Nice game! Hell, I was brilliant! Of course, I gotta give some of the credit to that oil of yours.
Some.
I've been losing to that guy for 20 years. If you ever need a favor, you come to Sam, you hear?
Will do.
Actually.
Speaking of favors.
Could you do anything with this?
What is this, a clay mold? Well, I am a jeweler, you know. And I owe you one. Would you like me to cast this for you?
Yes.
If you can.
You got it, pal. Actually, it'll be a pleasure to get my tools out. First time in years. I've been too busy playing that goddamn game. I'll have the bracelet later today. Right now, I feel like I could do anything. Meet me here in a few hours.
Great, thanks.
His voice reminds me of Krusty's dad's voice.
I
Okay, so we're going to meet him there later today. I wonder if that means that we can just fast travel out, fast travel in. Okay. Oh, that song kills me. Alrighty, where were we? We were at Napoleon House. Come on, Sam, bring the goods. No Sam. Uh-oh. What did that book say? Did that. Don't have the bracelet yet. Okay, I see what we're gonna do. We showed Gran the thing about Ritters, but we didn't ask her about it. Let's go over to Gran's place.
Gabriel, my love, how nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Gran.
This song reminds me of a Powderfinger song.
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
Do you know anyone named Heinz Ritter?
Heinz Ritter. Oh, Gabriel. Where did you hear that name?
I found a letter in Granddaddy's clock.
Oh, I promised I'd never tell you or your father, but I suppose it doesn't matter now.
Oh, wait.
Tell me, Gran.
Your granddad's name was Heinz Ritter before he came to America.
thought she was
He
cheating on
changed
him.
it to Hassan Knight legally when he arrived.
I thought that was the case, but that's a better explanation for sure.
Why did Granddad change his name?
I don't
Is he one of the
know.
Berlin boys?
I tried to ask him about his family and his life before America, but he didn't want to talk about it.
He's one of the
Never
Berlin
even
boys.
told me about his name change. I found out one day when I saw his passport in a drawer. Since he obviously found it painful, I never questioned him about it. But I'm sure it wasn't trouble with the law. Your granddad was the best man I ever knew.
I think it was trouble with the law. I think it might have been war crime laws. I think it's Geneva Convention laws.
Tell me, Steve, since Heinz Ritter changed his name to Philip Knight or whatever it was, if you had to change your first name, what would it be? It can no longer be Steve. It has to be something else. What would it be?
I don't know. Previous times I've often had a name I've liked, but they've always soured. I can't think of one.
Well, what was one of those names?
That's way too embarrassing to say.
Well, let me soften the blow for you then.
I think I've said it to you once and you said it was shit. And then a few years later I came to the same conclusion. I've gone, that's kind of odd.
Come on, tell us. Come on. We're all friends here. Come on, tell us what it was.
Okay, this is before you learn what people are like that actually have this name, but the name Lance I thought was cool.
Lance? I don't think I would have given you shit about that. That doesn't ring a bell.
You explicitly gave a shit about me. Yeah.
Because the reason why I think that's something I would do is, for those out there, I have a stepson, and when he was little, he must have been about 8 or something. I asked him a very similar question, like, what would you want your name to be? And he thought for a second, and he's I still give him shit for this too. He said, Terry. And I don't know why, but it just made me laugh so much. Like, of all names to pick, you'd pick Terry.
Yeah, 'cause it's not bad. I guess it is just the animal, but it's the benign name is best anyway. Like, that's probably the problem with Lance, is it's too a little bit too out there.
Lance, I would say, fits in the same deck of cards as like Bruce or maybe Thomas. You liked Catherine?
That's pretty nice. Like the Captain of Voyager. It's hard to say because
Didn't
it's like
Granddad ever say anything about his past or his family?
Only that his family was crazy and that he never wanted to see them again. He believed in some family curse. Thought that he could spare Philip and Philip's children from what he called old nightmares. Whatever Harrison wanted to spare you, though. Oh, it cost him plenty. He never did sleep well, and he would often get a far-away, guilty look in his eyes. He was wrestling with something he thought he should be doing, someplace he thought he ought to be. I don't know how he could think that he should be anywhere but with me and our child. It's a terrible way to live.
it's hard to say because like the thing I keep thinking of is it's got to be a name you have positive associations. Use it because the people have that name. But it's also you can't have like it can't be someone you know, because like even if you sort of like a name, if someone else you know has it, it's a bit weird to then, because it's almost like wanting to be them. Like it's, but I guess thinking about it, because I almost want to say Lee just based on someone from secondary school, but
Lee as in L-E-E or L-E-I-G-H?
L-E-I-G-H, but it ends up being the same.
Okay.
The L-E-E is usually kind of not usually that likable. But then there's no difference audibly. I don't know.
What do you mean Lee is just L-E?
L-E-E, the L-E-E ones.
I saw there was this lives in my head rent free just because it was so unique. There was a girl that was working at Coles at the supermarket in the plaza area, and her name was Emily, but it was spelled Emma-Leigh.
Wow.
Just crazy.
Do you know anyone named Wolfgang Ritter?
Wolfgang Ritter? No, dear.
Huh. Odd.
As I said, your granddad's surname was originally Ritter.
Maybe Wolfgang?
You'd want your name Wolfgang?
Yeah, especially, like I guess when I was a kid, especially because there was a movie called The Explorers, and there's a kid being bullied, and the new kid Wolfgang is the one that runs in and beats up the bullies to help him. I always thought it was a weird name, like that can't be a real name, can it, Wolfgang? But then also I thought it was cool because of the character.
I feel that if your name was Wolfgang, and being
And
such a
Mozart's name was
fan,
Wolfgang.
being such a big fan of Terminator, I would always say to you, "What's wrong with Wolfie?"
What's Wolfie?
I would say that
I
all the
would get
time.
the surname Wolfie.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
Schottenjäger?
A shot of Jaeger.
Schottenjäger.
And Wolfgang Peterson, the director.
Gabriel, I haven't heard that word in years. My goodness, you've given me a chill.
Directed Neverending Story.
Your granddad used
and
to say
Dust
that
Boot.
sometimes in his sleep.
Really? Do you know what it means?
No,
Gotta
I'm
look at
afraid
Wolfgang
not.
Puck.
I asked him about it once. I don't think he answered me. Odd.
How about you?
Thanks, Grandma.
What do you mean? What about me?
What if you could change your name? What would it be?
Probably
Never
something just very
dear.
matter of fact, like Jack or something like that. Something simple. I don't
That's
think
so much different than Terry. Just
Nah,
picking a standard.
Jack is more solid than Terry. Terry's a little bit loosey goose. There's just a bit.
It's those standard
there's a bit
European English names.
Jaeger's yum. I like the taste of it for sure.
Yeah, I think of what it's like normally.
It's kind of herby, a little bit.
Yeah,
but not
I think I've
chartreuse
liked it
herb.
when I've had it. Yeah, think I've liked it when I've had it.
It's really good
always
ice
mixed
cold.
With, yeah. It's almost always mixed with Red Bull.
Come on, please be there. Please be there. Yes! He's back.
Sam, my man.
Hey there, it's you. I got that bracelet for you.
I've been traveling
This
through Europe.
piece
And
was a real toughie. For some reason, the metal just wasn't setting. I must be out of practice.
Well, it looks good to me. Thanks, Sam.
No problem. By the way, I'm heading out of town tonight.
Yeah? Where to?
Marcus used to tell me that if I ever beat him at chess, he'd take me around the world.
Oh, wow.
The old bastard has enough money stuffed in his mattress to cover the federal deficit, and he
That's why
hates
he's
spending
angry.
a penny of it. I'm going to enjoy watching him squirm through every mile.
Sounds like fun. Good luck.
Are you kidding? Luck is my middle name.
Lisa just sent me a message. She's been away with her girlfriends for the last few days because she knocked off work early. And she said, we're 20 minutes down the road from coming home and we saw a cidery and have been there ever since.
Huh?
Sounds like she's loving life. Okay, snake bracelets. Sweet. Alright, now we can show old mate the snake bracelet.
Do you recognize this?
Where did you get that?
Why? Do you know something about it?
Know something about it? Look at this.
Take a look at
Crash opens
this.
his shirt and reveals a tattoo.
It's the same snake.
It's their sign, man. The bark of the snake.
Take a look
Without
at
it,
this.
they'll never let
Thank
you get close.
The sign of the snake, right. Your tattoo, my bracelet. Now do you believe that I know something about these people?
All right, yeah. You know about them. I guess.
Will you answer some questions for me now?
Okay, I'll talk to you. A little, but make it fast.
A little. We're gonna just talk to you all day.
Yeah.
Tell me what you know about voodoo.
Look, take some advice. Stay away from this voodoo shit. You don't really want to know, man. Believe me. Do yourself a favor and leave me alone.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Man, can't you see I'm sick? Don't bug me with stupid questions.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
No! Don't say that name.
Ooh, okay.
Why not?
It's evil, man.
It's the name of the spirit of jazz.
Do you know anything about snakes?
The eyes. Snake's eyes. Damballa.
Okay, calm down.
You seen that video of some sort of, I guess, game critic site, but they've got someone on staff that has arachnophobia, and they show her reacting to game footage with spiders, and she rates them 1 to 10 based on how much they'll scare an arachnophobe.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't seen that. But you brought up something that wanted me to. It reminded me of a video that you showed us, and I want to get your opinion on this. Okay. And I'm not judging anyone, but I just want to know the answer. Maybe you guys can help me out with this answer. So, in Grounded, you really like, Steve. I mean, it's a great game. There's an arachnophobic slider that allows you to modify how the spiders look to determine how scary they are. And I know that game isn't a horror game, but when I go to games, things that are scary, like my one fear is heights, right? Absolutely terrified of heights. But there's no way in a game that I would adjust it so, for instance, like if you're up high, that the ground would look closer to me. Like I kind of want to challenge myself with these fears. So I'm wondering why arachnophobes don't do the same thing. Like I'm not really scared of spiders, so I don't know. But why wouldn't you challenge yourself?
The video was enlightening because you sort of learned, because I always wondered if that would actually help, because you sort of see it's still, even when you scale it back to an orb, it's non-textured, it's still, because I did do grounded in the video. It's still kind of, you can tell it's a spider, but there's certain psychological triggers, and that's what it removes. So, because the guy, when she was doing it, the guy said, like, if anything, because someone who doesn't have arachnophobia, the orbs are scarier, like, are creepier, because you can still see it's a spider, but it's not a spider. But the interesting part was, like, there's some things where it's like, oh, that's a spider in a game, because there's people voting in, and one of them was like a Dark Souls spider, and she goes, this does nothing for me, because there's certain triggers. So this ugly spider-looking creature doesn't do anything for her. That just has, like, she said it's more like a slug. It's more like a slug with legs than a spider. And I said, what about the face? Because it's got all those eyes around its head. And that's what reminded me when he said the eyes of the snake, because he goes, what about the eyes? And she goes, yeah, but it doesn't look like spider's eyes. Spider's eyes have, and she goes, it's one of the funniest terms I've ever heard. She goes, spider's eyes have this disgusting symmetry to them.
Okay.
I thought that was the funniest. Because this thing had just random eyes all over its head. And she goes, yeah, it doesn't do anything because it doesn't look like it doesn't trigger the same visceral. And it's like she mentioned, like, a Zelda game that she said I wanted to play and I couldn't because I knew this. I'd got warned about the creatures that look like spiders in it. But one of the interesting ones was there's one where it's like the look of it didn't trigger her, and she's like, yeah, it doesn't. It just looks like a spider-shaped creature, doesn't remind me of spider. And then the creature suddenly ran towards the camera in this fast-going pace, and that's what made it go, ooh! It's like jump up on the couch. So it's like specific triggers that trigger them, and it's not like, I don't think it's like a general fear like heights would be. It's just there's this trigger that just affects you psychologically that you don't want to see.
Yeah. I think Verdantry makes a good point here, but at the same time, like, I absolutely agree with you that a lot of fears are based on trauma, like water fears and things like that, being in the ocean, all that. Spiders, though, I would say that there's like a primal thing that most people are scared of spiders. Like, I think
they just
I avoid
that
spiders, but I'm not scared of spiders at all. Like, if there's a whitetail or something like that, I'll avoid it. I can still get a cup and cover it, but there is that sort of human instinct to sort of shy away from spiders. But for me, spiders are so inconsequential. Like, very rarely are they dangerous, that I kind of wonder why game developers have introduced that. And it's only spiders as far as I can tell. I can't think of any other game that has got a fear and they've done something to sort of help people, deal with it.
I think there's that part of your brain that's primal. I think it's because some people it's weak, like they're not affected by spiders as much as a regular person. It's like there's that visceral reaction, but you can deal with it. And I think they just have that part of your brain that's too strong. But like she said, where she goes, yeah, I've heard people describe that they're useful. Like I intellectually I like spiders. They do a good job. I don't think they should be killed. It's just that when I see them, I can't deal with them. That's like, and you can do they're not dangerous to you. They're more scared of you. I know she goes, say that all the time because I know that. It's just that there's these triggers that affect me when I see them. So that was like kind of interesting. And you imagine, I suddenly realized they must just get sick of the people trying to talk them out of it. But I think it's just that part of their brain that viscerally reacts to spiders is just much stronger in them than others people.
I guess as well, like scary games in general, right? Perfect example is I know that Verdantry doesn't want to play Dead Space because that itself could be too scary. And I was very much of the same mind when it first came out. That was terrifying, but for some reason, I just powered through it and I absorbed myself with all the lore with Dead Space. Like I watched the little anime cartoon that they had. I read all the sort of little comics and stuff that they had. And I dealt with it, and it was scary, but I sort of pushed my way through it because I know I'd sort of enjoy it. And I'm wondering why you can't do exposure therapy. Like, Grounded's the perfect example because that was the game that came out with the arachnophobic slider. I kind of wonder why. I mean, even as a non-arachnophobic, the wolf spiders in Grounded are fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
But I would never remove that from that because it gives them a sense of threat. And I don't want to be near the wolf spiders. by making it a little ball with eyes, it's just, I don't know. It's weird.
But then you're not triggered by these visceral reactions to movement and certain looks.
Okay, so the closest thing I can come to that, though, is the game Dying Light, right? One of the things that they got spot on is the heights. There's scenes where you're actually on skyscrapers and you're walking along like a little pole and you're looking down, and they've done something really well with the depth that it does give you the willies. And if you do fall off, this sense of rush that comes up, it's not just like there's like this motion blur of the fall, and that is terrifying. But I still wouldn't turn it off, even though that really scares the shit out of me. Let's see. Because it increases their buyers, 5% potential consumers won't buy. I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
And granted also has a because you probably don't remember because you probably just flicked past it, but the other thing they mentioned as well as the slider is they've got a warning message that comes up when you first boot the game that says there's spiders and they look realistic, and I think it mentions the arachnophobia setting, but also gives clear warning, arachnophobia warning. I think it's different because like the game is supposed to be about heights as opposed to grounded, like you're supposed to just fight bugs and survive, and it's like the arachnophobia thing would be distracting from the main gameplay. The main gameplay isn't to do with look how scary this spider is. It's supposed to do that to normal people a bit, but not as much as enough to make it distracting. That's the same as like Zelda and stuff like that, where it's like it's supposed to be a boss that's challenging, not one that's supposed to like just distract you too much with. Because it'd be like trying to play a game while something's constantly giving you jump scares, like when the game itself is a shooter. Like it's like it's more distracting than anything.
Verdantry says he doesn't like the feeling of being scared at all. Love-hate relationship for me. I like the idea of being scared, but when I'm being scared, I don't like it much. But then I always come back. It's like this adrenaline rush, in a sense.
Yeah, but also this thing you said about what's the name, the game the Verdantry won't play. I've already forgotten it. I've forgotten its name at least. But yeah, like you won't play Alien Isolation. But that's a game that I've played, and I just see the alien as a game object. Like, it doesn't do much for me.
Was that like exposure therapy, though? Because you've played it so much, that's where you sort of see the alien.
Well, I think that game lost it, because that's the problem with that game. Like, it was a little bit creepy at the start, but as soon as you see the alien for the first time, and I've heard maybe the first section, it quickly goes away and you see it as a game object. The first run through it, most of the time I thought it was a game object. I was frustrated more than scared with being attacked by the alien, but... And I've heard someone else, like a reviewer later that I watched, said the same thing, and they said, but the thing they described that made them see it as a game object rather than a creature is different from mine. Like, it's kind of poorly coded so that at one stage your suspension of disbelief is completely shattered. And you sort of realize it's kind of a cheat as well. It warps. When it's in events, it warps rather than being a creature that's actually stalking you. And it's cheap and shitty, and yeah, you sort of just see it as what it is. Very quickly in the game.
I would still play Alien Isolation, no matter even if I am scared. Like, I would push past that. I think maybe fear is the wrong thing for me. If I were to associate it to try and put myself in the shoes of others like Verdantry, maybe because I suffer from misophonia, like, which is like a fight or flight response to repetitive noises. Like, if I hear the same thing over and over and over again, it actually causes me anxiety. Maybe that would be my version of that, where it's not something I can switch off. It's just something that I just have to deal with. Like, a lot of my nightmares as a kid wasn't because there's monsters or something like that. It would be like me walking into a room and you might be sitting there, Steve, and I'll be like, "Hi, Steve." And then you would open your mouth and just one super long tone would just come out of your mouth. No words, just one tone. And that there would... That's what gets me.
It's like that episode of Star Trek Next Generation.
I haven't seen that, and I probably never will if that is the case, because even now, thinking about that gives me the willies.
Yeah, Data has dreams, and in his dreams he'll talk to someone. Or maybe someone else has dreams. I think it might be Data that's the one that he'll just open his mouth and there's just a monotone squeal.
Yeah, fuck that. Nope, that's not for me. So that's the way I got to think then. Because I was generally curious because
Yeah,
I would always
that's-
want to. For me, it's not a fear though. It's a subconscious like fight or flight response. It's like I'm not scared of noises, but there's just something that triggers in me that is just absolutely yuck. Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Do you have any idea what Capri San Call means?
I never heard of that.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
I don't know her. Honest.
Tell me what you know about a secret voodoo hound fall in New Orleans.
Oh, man. Just shut up about that. Can't you see I'm sick? Are you trying to kill me?
So it seems like he's
Tell
on
me
drugs
what you
before,
know
but
about
it's
Don
psychosomatic sickness, isn't it?
Don't say that word. They'll hear you.
Thinking he's cursed.
They who?
Shut up, man.
I don't know. Like, is the game supernatural? Maybe he's being bit by a vampire or a mummy or a wolfman or something. I'm not sure.
Or he is cursed.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
I never heard of that.
I want to know about the voodoo murders.
You're on the right track. That's all I can say. I'm not gonna risk my life by talking about it, man.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
No, leave me alone about that shit.
What do you mean? You've seen them, haven't you?
No, not me. Leave me alone.
Do you know anything about Veves?
I never heard of that.
Okay.
Oh, you look pretty sick. Shouldn't you be in a hospital?
Nah, a hospital wouldn't do nothing. Just leave me alone.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm sick. Dying. Eating the big enchilada, man. What the fuck else matters?
Love an Enchi.
I saw you talking to that drummer. What did you tell him?
You saw me with the drummer? Nobody's supposed to see. Oh, shit. I blew it again. Promise you won't say nothing to no one. It'll get back to him. Everything does. Promise me you won't tell anyone you saw me.
Okay, but you have to tell me everything I want to know.
Okay. All right. I was sending a message, man. They have these RADA drummers posted around the
Oh,
quad.
wow.
They see everything, and they report.
Report? How?
The drums, man. It's some kind of code.
Morse code. That's kind of cool, actually.
Now, tell me about the animal masks.
They wear them when they're dancing at their rituals. But they don't just wear them. They become them. They become the animals.
Stop talking nonsense.
It happens, man. That's all I know.
Does that mean that we're going to become a crocodile? That sounds great.
Yeah, that's what I assume. Like, that's having the gambling all forces us to have the crocodile mask at this stage, but I've realized if we're going in undercover, at one stage we're probably going to put the mask on.
Now tell me what you know about voodoo.
All I know is these people are into some weird shit. They have power. Real power. They can write your name on a piece of paper, chew it.
Death Note.
And you end up like minced meat. Like you've been through a grinder. They know things. In their heads. Things that no one ever knew about you. They know when you lie. They can smell it. They are fucking scary, man. I don't know if it's the devil or what. But it ain't no fake shit, man. It's real.
Now tell me about the voodoo murders.
They did the murders. And that's not the only way they kill. No. They can get you from miles away. Just by saying your name.
Come on. You don't really believe that, do you?
No. I seen it, man. You can't cross them.
Tell me what you know about a secret voodoo hound fall in New Orleans.
All right. This is underground cartel in Nolans. A voodoo cartel. They control everything that happens on the street. I mean everything that's bought or sold. They have fingers in the legit world too. Banks, foreign stuff, you name it. There's supposed to be this temple. What you said, a hound for. That's their headquarters, man. I heard people say it's underground, somewhere in the Quada. I don't know where though.
Have you ever been there?
No. I've never been in it. I'm nobody, man. A runner. but I saw them once. Out at the lake. They became animals, man. Beasts. I remember the eyes. The eyes.
Hey, are you okay?
The eyes. The eyes of the snake.
Is he getting chewed
I
up?
think I should go get a doctor.
Yeah.
Hey, are you all right? Someone! I need help!
The eyes. The eyes of the snake. Dambala.
Crash?
Crash spasms twice more, then dies as Gabriel watches.
Oh my god. Oh, poor bastard.
Fatality.
Damn.
Crash is dead. He's not going to be very communicative.
Well, as far as deaths go, at least he died in a church, I guess?
Hmm.
Oh, geez, he doesn't look very good, does he? Oh, we can open his shirt. Hello. Oh, it's the bin thing.
Yes, it's the tattoo we need to get in, whatever.
Crash is dead. He leaves behind his boys. I thought... For some reason, I thought you were referring to the fact that his hand's near his boys, but that's not what you're referring to. Crash is dead. He leaves behind his boys. Capitalized boys, too. Not sure. Not sure.
On Crash's chest is a tattoo of a snake.
That tattoo looks like Kazano's bracelet.
I don't think I know what Crash and the Boys is.
I don't know it either.
Doesn't ring a bell. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, okay. I think I was misaligned. My tracks were going one way and you're going the other. Okay, gotcha.
On Crash's chest is a tattoo of a snake.
That tattoo looks like Kazano's bracelet.
Can I...
That doesn't work that way.
Okay, well, can I draw it or something? Take a photo? Get a tweezer? Magnify.
That doesn't seem to work that way.
What's going to happen, right, is the police are going to find him looking like this, and they're going to go, what on earth was he up to? Let's quickly check our book. Like, I think that's... Can't really do anything else, right? Let's get out of Dodge. We weren't here.
Hey, Grace, here I am.
Oh boy, party time.
Guess what I found? I found a dead body in the church.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
Could you research Rada drums for me?
Rada drums? Sure. I don't think we have any books on that topic in the shop, but I'll contact our suppliers. Assuming any of them will extend you any credit.
Tell them it's an emergency.
Uh-huh. I can see where a Rada drum book would be incredibly urgent. Anything else?
Did you use the sketchbook on the tattoo?
Oh, can I do that, can I?
Yeah.
Let's go back to the church before anyone finds the body.
Yeah.
It's still...
Crash won't be looking.
Will his shirt still be up? No, gonna have to do it again. Sketchbook.
The first item? Yeah.
guess I'd better copy this tattoo.
Draw him like one of his French girls. That's a pretty good drawing. Pretty good. Alright, now we could probably get Gracie to look at this.
Hello, beautiful. It's me.
The excitement of seeing you is killing me.
That's not how Grace works.
Gabriel could ask Grace to use her paints and put the tattoo
Oh.
on his chest.
Sweet.
But he should wait until he's ready to use it. It would probably wash off in the shower.
That's great. That's good to know. We accidentally found that out. That's what we need to do
Got
later.
a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Okay. Let's call old mate. Now that we know who he is. .0011 or something?
Yeah, he says that every time anyway.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international?
Yes. What about time zones?
Sie haben Schloss Ritter erreicht.
I'm looking for Wolfgang Ritter.
Ja, einen Moment.
Yeah, is this Gabriel on the phone?
This is Gabriel,
quick.
Matt. Why are you calling me, Mr. Ritter?
I've been having premonitions of great danger for you, Gabriel. You must leave New Orleans this very day.
What in the hell are you talking about?
It is hard to explain.
What the
on
hell is
phone.
this?
I have had dreams about you. It took me a long time to have you tracked down. I knew that Heinz had a grandson, but until these dreams started, I did not know if I should contact you.
You say you're related to my grandfather?
Heinz was my brother. There is much about the family that you should know. Come to Schloss Ritter in Rittersberg, West Germany. It is our family home. I will tell you everything when you come. You must come immediately. You are in great danger.
We're in a
there.
globetrot, are we?
Look, I
Yeah, time to
appreciate the
become
family
more.
spirit and all, but frankly, I don't know you from Adam. And I'm not going to fly off to Germany, even if I could afford it.
Gabriel, please. If you won't listen, at least let me send you something. It is a journal from one of your ancestors.
Oh, that's easier, yeah.
Promise me you will read it. You are the last of our line. I'm too old to carry on. You are our last hope. Please, for your family, read the journal.
All right, I'll look at it.
Good. Now be careful and come to me as soon as you can. Goodbye.
Sweet.
Well,
Oh, okay.
it's about closing time.
So it is. Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gabriel. And try not to dream, okay?
I'll try.
He dreams about the witch hunt.
He does.
That the woman turns into a tiger, which suggests it's not. Person's an actual witch.
Rains every night.
Hello?
It's me. I can't sleep.
Oh, me neither.
Can I...
Yes. Come.
What you wearing? Oh, hello. You're tired the next day.
Still can't believe you sleep in your meetings at work, Steve. That's insane.
It's... And the meetings are like the meetings we have. It's easy.
Day 5. The road was blocked. The truth was shunned. The white flag has been waved. Reversal cost me all I had and everything I'd braved. Extra!
Like, so I didn't come in. I was supposed to come in Wednesday and I didn't because I slept in. I'm just going to be bothered. But we had the regular meeting, and at the start of the meeting, the boss said,
Frank?
Steve, you awake? And I've gone, yeah, so far. And they all laughed.
No cameras required, Psycho, because he's doing it in person. He's falling asleep in person.
Yeah. Yeah, this is... If anything, it's easier to stay awake when you,
Are you okay, Gabriel?
Sure. Great.
when it's over video because you can do
I'm
other
worried
stuff.
about you.
If I were any better,
Like actually
Grace,
do work.
I'd be dead. Now what's up?
But yeah, it's in-person meetings and I'll fall asleep.
You got another package this morning. Overnight from Germany.
Overnight from Germany? Overnight. Considering we at 5 p.m. or something.
Where
we
is
spoke
it?
with him.
Well, it kind of came open, but I salvaged the contents. There was a letter from your great-uncle Wolfgang and a journal.
It's like there's an open bag of
Just
twisties in there.
Came open, huh? How'd you like the journal?
Someone has to look after you. You're in trouble, in case you didn't know it.
Yeah, you've been reading my horoscope again, haven't you, Grace?
Just read the journal carefully, Gabriel. Please.
I got it. St. George's books. Oh, Professor Hartridge. I'm glad you called. Did you? Oh, you did. You did. Oh, wait. Slow down. The Agree. Really? You think that's them? Wheel within a wheel. Ogun Badagree, huh?
Bada bing,
Well,
bada boom.
That does sound like it. Dambala, the snake. That's the wavy pattern at the bottom. Okay. The 1791 slave revolt in Santo Domingo? Well, why would the Veve show up there? Uh-huh. Okay. Look, I'll come over as soon as I can, okay? Relax, Professor. I'm excited too, but you're gonna give yourself a heart attack. Okay, thanks. See ya.
I wish you'd tell me what's going on. I swear you're gonna step into a hole you may never get out of.
Don't look so worried. No one knows what I'm doing. I'm perfectly safe, and I'm getting some great stuff for the book. Besides, there's something about all this. My dream.
Oh, we didn't see the
What
dream.
about your dreams?
Oh,
Yeah, I was
nothing.
gonna
I'll be
tell you I
careful.
didn't dream this
I
time.
promise.
Too busy
We
getting
got
laid.
that book you ordered in this morning. The one on Rada drums.
Really? Great.
Jeez, we're getting all the stuff. All right. Well, we're on day 5, so we will save it here. Day 5. 5. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. Absolutely love seeing you guys as always. Good banter, good conversation, good games, good times, great classic hits, all that jazz. Can you recommend a raid? Who do you want to raid? Oh, you got banter emotes. Big Easy? Absolutely. I will... Is that exactly how you spell it? I'm hoping this is the way it is. Oh. Ooh, lucky. Okay. Alright. Locking you guys in the raid cannon. Putting my bullets into the gun. Ready to shoot you off into the weekend. Everyone, if I haven't spoken to you, before Christmas, have a fantastic Christmas. Enjoy your holiday break. I know a lot of you don't celebrate Boxing Day. Some of us do, but enjoy that as well. Have lots of food. Have lots of drink. Lots of good times. And we'll see you next time.
Says
Toodaloo!